Good evening, everybody. We are live. Welcome to People Without Pants. And I have to show off something before we begin.
It was his fault we were late this time.
It actually was my fault. It was because I had to piss really bad.
Damn God of War addict.
Yeah, I was playing God of War till like 7:58, and then I was like, shit, I have to pee.
Man has never heard of backstage time in his life.
That is true. I always did reject that when film professors were like, now if call time's 9, what time do you have to be there? I'm like, I'm going to be there at fucking 9.
What's wrong with you? No.
Well, in that case, it was just because, like, this ain't my fucking project. I'll show up, I'll do my job. Fuck you.
Yeah, dude. Let me just talk to the other hosts about, oh, wait, dude.
Well, yeah, if you fuck someone else over by doing it, that's different. But I wasn't. I made sure I wasn't. First of all, I have this cool cigarette case, though I don't keep cigarettes in it. Actually, for legal reasons, yes, I do. I keep perfectly legal cigarettes in it.
Or you could just keep matches in it.
Yeah, that's true. Look at that.
Is that like Beskar or something?
No, it's just a joint, but it is by far the prettiest joint I have ever rolled in my entire life.
What are you doing advocating for drugs?
Oh, in my state, it's legal, so, you know.
Oh, gosh, golly.
It's all fucking thick inside. It's like a goddamn cigarette when you pick it up. I'm just proud of my own work.
It's 2026, my guy.
Dude, I just fucking learned. Cut me some slack.
Yeah, it's 2026, bro. Like, I'm not gonna pat you on the back if you just learn to wipe your ass either.
Well, if I was fucking 1, you would have to pat me on the back for that.
Yeah, but if like you were like a grown man who like for some reason didn't know how to wipe his ass, and then somebody knew how to wipe his ass, I was like, look at my ass, it's so clean.
Yeah, and also I fucking rolled this by hand. No machine, no fucking anything.
Listen, I didn't use a bidet. Like
okay,
I
but
didn't have any squatty potty assist.
If you grew up never wiping your ass, it is impressive to be able to wipe your ass.
Oh my god. James fucking Cameron.
You know, like, what's so fucked up? You'd be shocked how many people legitimately just don't fucking wipe their ass.
That can't be a thing.
It is. I watched this show on YouTube, and or one of the streams I watched. The guy who does it has his wife do it with him sometimes, because like she's there, and why not?
To not wipe her ass? What?
No. So she used to be in the ROTC. So she was talking about how one of her jobs when she was in ROTC was teaching like the class they dumped the bad kids in, so they didn't have to actually help the bad kids, quote unquote.
How long ago was this?
15 years, let's say.
Are we sure this is like not just how do I put this? Kids who are not given the help they needed.
Well, that's exactly what she's getting at. This was the class where the kids who cause trouble go, and she's like, all right, well, I'll help them as best I can, even though I'm not really equipped to. But, you know, I'll do what I can for these kids.
I don't know, man. Not wiping your ass ain't the troublemaker. He's like...
Well, that's what I'm getting at, is that she was talking about how it's not necessarily that they were troublemakers, just like kids who did something that would get them dumped in the junior ROTC class. And hers was the girls' class because she's a woman.
Well, then the ROTC, that should be your first fucking clue as to where we're going.
Yeah, well... Anyway, her point, she's like, you know, some of these kids were so neglected that I literally had to teach these high school age girls how to like wash themselves properly.
Oh, well, shit. I think that's a little more complicated as well.
Yeah, I mean, she just mentioned it in passing, but she was just saying, like, you have no fucking clue the depths of child neglect that is out there until you've had to teach a 16-year-old girl how to wipe front to back.
Yeah, no, that's more like people don't know about their bodies and shit.
Oh my, yeah, like the fucking, I mean, the famous fictional example is the shower scene in Carrie, but like the number of girls who grow up in like fucked up psychotic religious households who are like never taught what their period is and therefore think they're dying when it happens.
Yeah, that is one of those times where a lot of the culprits do seem to use a lot of religions as a problem, but it's mostly just specifically very toxic interpretations of Christianity, which
True. Yeah, when I bitch about religion and I'm talking in the US, I almost always mean evangelical Christians.
and if not, it's 9 out of 10 times an Abrahamic problem, and the 1 out of 10 times is when those Buddhists went and like started blowing themselves up and setting fires. That does happen.
Yeah, the Buddhists do, despite their whole peaceful aesthetic, they do occasionally cause trouble.
Well, it's not a peaceful aesthetic as much as a hold on fetishization of the exotic East that like people want to do, and they want to go, oh, like super wise monk man, and like
that really is true, man. Like I don't know what it is.
Fucking float and like shoot fucking fireballs, and he's got a third eye, so he's essentially Tien from Dragon Ball Z. And then like they're human beings who have like actual conflicts in the landscapes in which they live, and people are like, what? That's crazy. How dare they break the illusion? It's like you made a weird fantasy character out of these people.
You literally can't be an atheist in government. It's hilarious. You can, but I think there's a few states left where you're not allowed to run for office as an open atheist.
I mean, you won't succeed in the American political sphere, absolutely.
Yeah, no, I think what Alex was referring to was literal, like, de jure atheists are banned from running for office, and that is still true in, like, 7 or 8 states.
Yeah. I mean, but just don't declare yourself anything.
Yeah, and there's a number of politicians who don't admit that they're atheists, but clearly are, including Trump.
I mean, a lot of people. I mean, what they are not all Jimmy Carter. Like,
yeah, Bernie Sanders probably doesn't believe in God, which I'm saying as a compliment to him.
I don't know, man. I mean,
Obama probably doesn't. Certainly, Obama is not as devout as he had to posture as when he was president.
I go back and forth, but I'm gonna throw this out here. Obama is as many faults as he has. Black dude from Chicago being a president makes you want to believe in a god. If I was him,
yeah, that's fair. Yeah, where did he? Because he didn't spend his whole childhood in Chicago. He spent a few years in like Indonesia, didn't he?
I'm not the best on the subject.
Hang on, because I swear to God, I read somewhere that he was fluent in. I forget the name of the language, but
while you do that, I will serenade the people. Got up this morning, things weren't working right. Said I wanna make a change, said I wanna fight. Obama walked in and said, yes, we can. I said I wanna ride your nuts, because I think you're the man.
So I Googled, what languages does Obama speak? And obviously the first result was the fucking AI overview, so I didn't want to do that. So I went to like list of multilingual U.S. presidents, 21st century Wikipedia.
Sure.
George Bush speaks some Spanish and has delivered speeches in the language. His speeches in Spanish have had English interspersed throughout.
Man. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, that's how language works.
Yeah, it's just funny.
W is not as stupid as we want him to be.
Yeah, his Texas good old boy thing is somewhat of an affectation.
Yeah, no, he is not what we think he is. Don't get me wrong. He's a fucking crazy frat partier, and he was in no way the first choice of the family. But he's not wildly incompetent as much as we used to portray him as. But
yeah, I mean, he did go to Yale. Like,
well, that's. Okay, to be fair, Yale has like 5 different clubs of people who go.
True. No, but my point is, like, he does have a college degree. He's not a complete fucking redneck dumbass. Now, this is funny that During the 2000 campaign, some news outlets erroneously reported that he was fluent in Spanish. I think they were mixing him up with Jeb, because Jeb Bush is fluent in Spanish.
That's Jeb for you.
Yeah, well, Jeb has a Hispanic wife, doesn't he?
Wait, hold on. We are talking about Jeb.
Yeah,
right?
Jeb. They even did one with the upside down exclamation point at the beginning to appeal to Spanish voters. Oh, so here's the answer I was actually looking for. From the age of 6 through 10, Obama lived in Jakarta and attended local Indonesian language schools. He reportedly was able to exchange greetings and pleasantries in, quote, fluent Indonesian with the then president and others. During a White House interview with an Indonesian journalist, he remarked that he used to be fluent in Indonesian but had not been able to use it much as an adult. During the 2008 campaign, while promoting foreign language education, he said, "I don't speak a foreign language. It's embarrassing."
Yeah, I mean.
Did you know, by the way, that the please clap thing was overstated? It was not what it looked like. As much as I hate to admit it, because it was the funniest thing ever. You remember that one, right?
I'm kind of drawing a blank for some reason.
There was a clip during the early stages of the 2016 election when Jeb Bush was still running. There was a clip where he gives an applause line and gets no applause and says, "Please clap."
Nice.
That actually, as much as I hate to admit it, that actually is missing context. The reason he did that was because earlier they clapped too early in a speech. And then he was like, "Wait, hang on, I'm not done. And they went, "Oh, okay. And then later on, they didn't know if he was done yet. So he said, "Please clap," as in, "I'm done."
I don't know if that added context makes it better, because, like...
It makes it less pathetic, which is why it's not as good.
Not really. From an oratory standpoint, like, you're supposed to just kind of handle the crowd.
Yeah.
And if they start, like, clapping and getting loud, you get louder and continue the speech, and they'll shut the fuck up.
Yeah, well, we can't all be as rhetorically proficient as Obama or Mamdani. At least Tallarico being religious makes him want to be a better person rather than Hitler. Yeah, that is true. I am willing to put up with some God-bothering if you are a decent person otherwise.
God-bothering?
Yeah, I don't know if that's like an old term or what, but I learned it from Deep Fat Fried.
What does it even mean?
Just like being an annoying religious fuddy-duddy.
I mean... people are allowed to have morals. Hell, listen, I'm not against people being atheists, but I'm against people not having any sort of code or moral system.
Yeah, like I said, I'll put up with some religiosity from somebody I otherwise like. I mean, I have a grandma.
Yeah, but grandmas just get the pass. Like all old family members get passes, and I'll tell you why. Old people are allowed to be old. They are products of previous generations. They just shouldn't be running the country. Wow.
Yeah, that is true. My grandma agrees. She turns 88 next month, and she's like back during the last election. Yeah, I think Biden's a little bit too old to be up there.
Bro, there's two things I don't care about in politics that keep getting... Or there's two things that I just don't want the opinions of in politics that I just keep hearing all the time lately.
What's that?
One of those is the opinion of celebrities.
Yeah, generally.
Like,
there's occasional exceptions, like a celebrity who actually does know something about a subject. That does happen occasionally, but generally no.
Yeah, but if they really knew enough about the subject, they wouldn't just be a celebrity. They'd just be classified as an expert. For example, when James Cameron talks about anything in the ocean, am I just like, oh, it's the celebrity director, James Cameron? I'm like, no, hold on, guys. It's like the master of the seas, real quick.
Yeah, like James Cameron is legitimately considered like a world-leading expert on like deep sea exploration and diving and shit.
It's dumb, but it's great.
It's silly until you realize, no, he actually just really does do all this shit in his spare time.
It's silly when you realize, like, wow, you have all of this, and like sometimes what we get out of it is underwater dancing with wolves that cost like outrageous amounts of money to make, because he in like 10 years because he wanted a camera to go underwater. And it's like, dude, no, just like film yourself doing one of these weird fucking trips, please. Like film you making something. I don't care about
I think
underwater.
he has, actually. I think he did direct a few documentaries about ocean life. Also, if you want to see a James Cameron underwater movie that is not a ripoff of Dances with Wolves, check out The Abyss.
Got it. I was ready.
Well, that's like the one everyone fucking forgets because of the rights issues that kept it off streaming for 20 years. So I need to advocate for The Abyss because it's just as fucking good as Aliens and shit.
I was just watching South Park and they name dropped The Abyss.
Yeah, because they know their shit.
Have to drink the pee.
That was not in The Abyss, to be clear.
Did they have to drink seawater?
No.
Well, then it's just something about the pressure.
You know what's funny? Technically speaking, James Cameron's first feature was not The Terminator. Did you know that?
No.
Technically speaking, his very first film was Piranha 2: The Spawning. However, he was one of like 7 fucking directors that movie had because its production was so fucked up. So whether or not it really counts as something he directed is debatable. But yeah, that is unfortunately part of James Cameron's filmography. And then we get to the good movies.
I think it could be worse.
Yeah, I've never seen Piranha 2: The Spawning, but yeah, I'd imagine there are worse movies.
Well, no, I mean, like, he went up, not down.
Yeah, that is true. When the worst movie... You know, everyone talks about Titanic, and it is a great movie. Titanic is like one of his weaker movies.
Titanic's a bullshit movie. Have I said this on stream?
Probably, but say it again while I look for this thing.
That lady's evil. We have to really consider Rose as a bad person.
Yeah.
And it's not just about the door, because the door is the obvious one that we can all acknowledge. Obviously, there was room for 2 of them. I've seen so many studies of so many ways. You cannot convince me, folks. But
well, the thing I always wondered, why didn't they just take turns on the door?
No, they can both fit on the door. It's
well, yeah, they can both fit, but
yes,
the
it can.
2 of them together were too heavy for her, right?
No, they weren't.
I thought he tried to get on and it started sinking.
Yeah, because they didn't even themselves out on the fucking door. Like,
okay, but even if you assumed it could only fit one of them, why didn't they just take turns?
Why didn't they stack? There's a million questions.
Yeah. Also, just fun fact, James Cameron, before he started directing his own movies, was like art director and everything on several other awesome movies.
But even more than the door, my guy.
Battle Beyond the Stars and Escape from New York. 2 movies I greatly enjoy.
How much money did she throw into the ocean?
They said how much it was worth at one point, and it was an insane amount.
Money. She threw the Hope Diamond into the ocean after getting a free vacation and like a trip to go back and handle her trauma.
Oh my god, fucking Cameron directed the latest or the upcoming Billie Eilish concert movie? That's nuts. I guess I have to actually fucking watch that now.
I mean, why Billie Eilish?
I don't know, maybe he likes her. Anyway, I was correct. He did direct 2 deep sea documentaries, Ghosts of the Abyss in 2003 and Aliens of the Deep in 2005.
I'm just saying, use the technology that you used for Undersea Dancing with Wolves or something else.
Yeah, but you know what? If he wants to, in his old age, hyperfixate on his weird blue Native American thing, he could have done a lot worse.
Yeah, but like, I feel so mad because I have to care about it again after so long.
By the way, did you know that James Cameron accidentally answered the question of what happened to the Titanic staircase?
No.
He, so, you know, he, of course, spent decades studying the Titanic before making that movie.
Yeah.
And one of the things they'd never found the answer to is what the hell happened to that big staircase in the main hall? Because we can't find any wreckage of it. And then he built like a full scale recreation of it using the same type of wood and everything. Like he fucking recreated that staircase.
Okay.
And then flooded the big ass stage for shooting the scene. And when that happened, the staircase broke apart and floated away. And they were like, oh, that's why we've never found the staircase. We've been looking in the wrong part of the fucking ocean.
People are kind of dumb with stuff like that.
Well, with the Titanic in particular, like the idea that it broke in half the way it did, that was only a theory for like a century.
Well, a bunch of people said they saw it, but everyone just thinks every woman's hysterical.
No, literally, that's what happened. Most of the survivors of the Titanic were women and children
Yeah,
who were not taken very seriously in 1912.
Yeah, it's not. All these people are bad researchers, and they all deserve bonks on the head.
Yeah, no, seriously, because when they determined, like in the 90s or whenever, that it actually did break the way the survivors said, a bunch of fucking scientists were like, oh, shit.
So they're just like, no, it couldn't have done that.
We were being a little sexist, weren't we?
It's not like they learned the lesson, so it's just...
Well, the ones who needed to learn the lesson were probably dead by then, but the ones still alive hopefully learned a lesson.
Dude, if you go to a doctor and you're a woman, God forbid if you're a black woman,
oh my God,
none of what you're going to say is going to be taken seriously with the same sort of energy of a Titanic survivor, and that's with your own body. And you're telling me things have really gotten fixed? That's a bunch of balderdash.
I don't know if this is going to make the situation better or worse, but even me, as the whitest cracker on earth with a fucking dick and balls and everything, I don't get taken seriously by doctors. So I can't imagine how bad it is for women and or black people and or black women.
Well, yeah, that's because you're silly.
That is true, but not even God can sink this ship. Yeah, well, that was what they said. Oh, and also there's this one from a while ago. It's crazy how people think being atheist means not believing in things. You can still believe in good things being good, and humanity will persevere in the sanctity of life. Yeah, I remember Lucifer way back in the day. Whoever wrote one episode in the early bit didn't know what an atheist was.
Are you talking about the comic book?
No, the TV show.
Which is based off the comic book, right? The one was like detective.
Loosely based off the comic, but yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, there's like an early one where she's like, she doesn't believe in God, and then they're like, so you're an atheist? And she goes, well, no, because I still believe in right and wrong. And I'm like, whichever writer wrote that doesn't know what atheism means.
I think it's more the idea that, like, so many of these people completely conflate the two, that, like...
Yeah.
And, like, in reality... a bunch of these people claiming to have a belief in their God are a bunch of sociopathic fucks who want to see children in cages and people killed and people's rights taken away and people labeled as non-humans, and it's terrible.
Yeah, well, what was that fucking pithy atheist meme I saw in like 2011 that was like, I've never seen the power of God move a mountain, but I have seen it move a skyscraper. It's like, yeah, you're not wrong, I guess.
I don't know, man. Like, that's kind of... Bro, a plane hit the skyscraper.
Well, yeah, it was a pithy remark to make fun of somebody.
Yeah, I know, but see, that's the thing. If we're gonna be pithy, you can't be like your argument has to stand a little.
Ironically, the worst people I know are super religious. Is it really irony if it's exactly what you predict?
I think it's irony in that the label would give assumption to the contrary.
Yeah, well, assuming you don't pay attention closely, I guess.
I mean, it's not a pay attention closely thing as much as like have experienced the rising power block in America completely using a religion to just grasp hold of a bunch of people they don't like.
You know what's funny? You know how I always joke that I'm always right with my predictions and no one listens to me?
I mean, You are very much a Simpsons type of guy.
I don't recall atheism launching us into a holy war. Neither do I. Anyway, back in high school when Obama was president, I predicted
I ain't have no holy war.
that the next president after Obama would be like a fucking nutcase conservative.
Mhm.
But I got one thing wrong. I thought it would be Rick Santorum or someone like him. Now, Rick Santorum is kind of like, he's almost quaint. Like the idea of a religious fuddy-duddy who actually somewhat believes in God is like, it's been so long since we got to see one of those that it's kind of almost charming.
See,
Like, oh, you believe your own bullshit.
I don't mind a religious old funny that who believes in God. I just like
no, but Rick Santorum is a demon from hell. So
yeah, exactly. That's the thing, dude. Like,
yeah, I predicted it would be a nutcase demon from hell. I just thought it would be one of the ones who actually believes in God and not Donald Trump, who pretty much openly doesn't.
it's never the ones who actually have faith in things that are able to really get to these points. Because you would actually have a crisis of faith at some stage, and
that's probably why Mitt Romney keeps politically flip-flopping. He probably does actually want to go to heaven when he dies.
He's got that true Mormon guilt where he's like, "Oh fuck, I want to prepare for the doomsday." But
speaking of religious guilt, how the fuck is Rick Santorum Catholic?
What do you mean by that?
Like, I have spent my entire adult political life thinking he was an evangelical because of how he looks, sounds, and acts. He's fucking Catholic, dude. That's nuts.
I mean, what makes you think evangelical?
Just because of how he acts. Like,
how so?
Well, because first of all, he looks like this. I've never seen a Catholic who looked like this, but I've seen many evangelicals who did.
What do you mean? He looks Irish as fuck.
No, not the ethnicity, like the general, the haircut, the fashion sense, the fucking look of a deep, dark secret in his eyes.
Pull up any picture of a Kennedy for me right now.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing. The Kennedys look like real people. Rick Santorum looks like a Simpsons caricature of a conservative politician.
No, he looks like a real person. Just unfortunately, real people look shitty.
But he, I want to look this up because if I recall correctly, he's one of those Catholics who tries to distance himself from it in order to court evangelical voters.
You can only be so Catholic.
That's what, yeah, here it is. That's what fucking, do you remember that interview with DeSantis about that?
No.
A couple years ago, I think it was when they were still trying to astroturf Ron DeSantis into being the 24 nominee. Mm-hmm. He did an interview with, I think it was Leslie Stahl or someone like her, some like actual respected journalist. And she asked him, "Are you Catholic?" Which, you know, DeSantis, Italian last name, reasonable assumption that he's Catholic. And he dodged the question rather than answer it. So she asked it again, and he dodged it again. So she asked it a third time, and when he was done with his word salad, he finally answered, "Yes, I am Catholic," and he did so with like a sheepish fucking dog that got caught eating out of the garbage look on his face.
I mean, I actually hate that.
I do too. It's like, damn, your religion clearly means so much to you.
No, that's not what I hate at all. What I hated, I mean, dude didn't want to answer the question. Why dog a politician about what he's doing with his faith? I thought the whole point was we're supposed to separate it.
We are, but I forget the topic of the interview, but his religion was relevant to it in some capacity. I don't remember why, because it was 3 years ago, but Trump might be starting to believe in God as he gets closer to meeting him. I've seen his neck. I don't think that's a rash. I think he shit up his back like a baby.
I mean, old man just ain't feeling well.
Okay, here we go. Rick Santorum. Although he was raised in a nominally Catholic household, his faith began to deepen when he met his wife. Um, yeah, her father was like a staunch Catholic abortion opponent, and he and his wife have become increasingly religious since then. See, this is weird. He now considers himself a devout Catholic, but then he doesn't act like one at all. He acts way more like an evangelical.
What do you keep saying that, but you're not saying what you mean.
Well, here's an example. I'll put it on screen. Why not? Santorum proudly calls himself a culture warrior and true Christian conservative. In so positioning himself, he has garnered popularity amongst Protestant evangelicals, but his support among Catholics is not as robust. Santorum's emphasis on his Christian roots was especially favored by evangelicals in the 2012 primaries, although he lost the Republican Catholic vote in most states to Romney. Exit polls show that only 42% of those Catholics and less than a third of Protestant evangelicals knew he was Catholic. Where is it? After he won Protestant majority states Alabama and Mississippi, but lost heavily Catholic Puerto Rico, HuffPost said he seemed exasperated by the trend and said his base support came from people who take their faith seriously, not necessarily fellow Catholics.
Well, I think this highlights the fact that, I mean, dude, the politics have nothing to do with the faith itself. It's just a fucking power block.
Oh, yeah, completely.
So I think the power block, consisting of mostly evangelicals, was seen by him as a potential base. So he goes, okay, how do I appeal to him? I mean, I'm not going to switch my religion for these people, but
yeah,
let's not talk about it.
Well, it's easy because none of these people actually believe in God. They're all fucking raping children on Little St. James too.
I mean, they believe in their God. That's the fuck.
Yeah, the economos. They believe in the god of money.
Well, I mean, they believe in like white God.
Yeah, see, like that's the thing is Catholics.
Uncle Bucky's heaven.
Like now, as proven by this, there are plenty of Catholics who act like evangelicals, but generally, when you hear the guys talking about how like fucking colleges are reinforcing secular relativism and antagonizing religiosity, like you don't hear that kind of shit from Catholics most of the time.
They're just not. I mean, a lot of people don't happen to be part of that controlling group, but they can be.
There was a tweet I saw that let me see if I can find it.
Hey, if you're Catholic and you too want to help corrupt democracy, you want to bring down the fabric of this republic, why not go and
here it is.
talk to evangelicals? You can do it. I believe in you.
Here we go. I'm actually gonna fucking retweet this because apparently I never did. And this is accurate, by the way. Every lifelong Catholic I've ever met is like, I think we're supposed to give this food to poor people. And every adult convert to Catholicism is like, the Archon of Constantinople's epistle on the Pentecostine rites of the Eucharist clearly states women shouldn't have driver's licenses. It really is true, though.
Man, hyperbole, but I get the point.
Well, yeah, of course it's hyperbole, but like my 88-year-old Catholic grandma like voted in favor of legalizing psychedelics last election.
I mean, yeah, like,
and I didn't even have to talk her into it.
Well, think about her age. It makes sense.
Well, she was too old to be a hippie.
That's a wild statement.
Dude, she was 30 and had 3 kids when the hippie movement was going on.
Oh, dude, I've never partied with a 30-year-old. You're so right.
Yeah, I'm not saying there were no 30-year-olds. I'm saying she wasn't one of them. I know, for sure.
Listen, people are allowed to have different sides to them.
You want to hear
multitudes.
You want to hear how charmingly innocent my grandma is? One time when I heard about this from several people independently, so I know that it's likely true. One time decades ago when my mom and her brothers were still like young enough to be in the house, my grandma found my uncle's weed pipe And I say weed pipe specifically to indicate like that it was very distinctively a pipe you put weed in and or tobacco, but he was using it for weed. And she was like, Brenda, like my mom, I need you to come fucking see this right now. Okay, mom, I'm coming. Holds it up. Is this a crack pipe?
I mean, is it a crack pipe?
No, it wasn't. It looked nothing like a crack pipe.
How do you know what a crack pipe looks like?
Because crack pipes have a fairly distinctive design to them generally. At least the ones you see most of the time.
Where do you see it?
Movies, television, drug busts on fucking line.
Well, that's probably something that your grandma's gonna have access to at the time.
Well, yeah, that's my thing. Is that's kind of what I'm getting at.
That's just double checking.
Well, yeah, and maybe it's for the best that she did, but it was just really funny that like she found a weed bowl and was like, "My son's smoking crack." It's like, no, mom, he's fine.
I mean, maybe he was smoking crack.
I feel like if he was, he would not currently be in the position he's in life.
Haven't you ever seen that guy who worked for the National Aeronautics Space Agency?
There's a lot of guys who worked for that agency.
Oh, the like black dude who smoked a bunch of crack and was just like weirdly doing a bunch of work. Strange guy.
No, I actually don't know the story. Hang on.
Yeah, honestly, you can probably type in black guy NASA crack.
Bob Williams?
Yep, there it is. If you want, yeah, just like put that on screen for the folks.
I'm not going to play the video because I'm sure it's like,
oh, it's great. Oh, it's
this
great.
Guy?
Yep, that guy.
That's awesome. Speaking of crack, I got reminded of this guy recently because I hadn't thought about him since he died. Do you remember Rob Ford?
Yeah, dude.
The Toronto crack smoking mayor?
No, you're talking about the greatest mayor that Canada has ever seen.
Yeah, his brother is in politics now too. Like, and is still alive. I think he might have the same mayorship.
I watched a documentary on him. He's great.
Do you remember his comment about eating pussy? He when all the scandals were coming out, of which there were many, one of them was like sexual harassment. And so they were like, the reporters were chasing him to his car, trying to get answers. And for some reason, I think one of them asked about the sexual harassment, and he stuck on that. He's like, no, I want to address that one. And he goes, this woman, whatever her name is, she claims that I told her I wanted to eat her pussy. That's ridiculous. I'm happily married. I have more than enough to eat at home.
He's great.
That is the coolest thing a politician has ever said to the news, man.
I don't know, man. Churchill has that one quote.
Which one? You're ugly, but I'll be sober in the morning?
Classic.
Yeah, but he said that in private. He didn't say that to the fucking news media.
Yeah, but Rob Ford was it was on crack.
Knowing what we know now, there's a distinct possibility he was literally on crack when that video was taken.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He was high on crack, bro.
Yeah. Similar to Mike Lindell, former crack addict and MyPillow CEO.
Are you a former crack addict or just a recovered one?
Well, technically you're supposed to say recovered, but the reason I said it the way I did was because I don't believe that he no longer does crack. He definitely still does crack. Hang on. Where's Oh. I have a book over there called In the Words of Presidents that my grandpa gave me for fucking Christmas like almost 20 years ago.
Where's the Woodrow Wilson quotes?
It's here actually. Hang on. Yeah. Excuse me.
I don't like black people. Woodrow Wilson.
Yeah, now this book is from 2009, so it stops at Obama. But it's an interesting book.
Birth of a Nation wasn't that bad.
Well, yeah, so they have both quotes from presidents and quotes about them from other people. So actually, let me flip to Woodrow Wilson. That's Herbert Hoover. No, hang on. Sorry, the fucking year threw me off because it has their birth year, and I was like 1872. That's the wrong era.
Who's winning in a rap battle, Woodrow Wilson or Thomas Jefferson?
Pre or post stroke, Woodrow Wilson.
Pre-stroke Woodrow Wilson. But we're talking late age Thomas Jefferson after he has like made a smart house consisting of black people.
Thomas Jefferson was a very eloquent writer. I don't know how eloquent a speaker he was. I'm gonna guess not very.
Thomas Jefferson was very notably a bitch in that like he would write things of differing opinions and send them to different people. He could kind of just be a social chameleon, like he's out here telling the French, "Oh no, I would absolutely love if we could get rid of slavery. It's just abhorrent that my countrymen just won't accept that." And so
meanwhile,
weird segue process, and then he's like, but
yeah. Meanwhile, he is having a relationship with a slave whose consent I will charitably call questionable.
Nope. Can't. First of all, not a relationship. Second of all, can't consent if you're a slave.
That is true. The reason I say charitably is because by some accounts she loved him too, but I'm suspicious of that.
No, but first of all, whose account? Second of all, I'm not giving charity to Thomas Jefferson.
Oh no, I know. Trust me.
He raped and sexually assaulted hundreds, if not thousands, we don't know, of women, and some of them ended up suffering from a lot of the trauma that happens when you're a fucking slave and you're getting sexually assaulted by the person who owns you, and you end up with misplaced feelings. Yeah.
He impregnated her like 6 fucking times.
There's a lot of people, but if you're talking about the one I think you're talking about,
I as far as I'm aware, the only one he had children with was Sally Hemings.
He had children with the other one. They just don't like to prove it.
I mean, that's possible. I believe you if you say it. The one we know about is Sally Hemings.
Because, like, I forget what exactly.
Didn't he fucking own his own kids and sell them off at various points too? Like,
yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with you, dude?
He didn't treat them like his children. He didn't acknowledge them ever. The whole thing is just.
If you're going to be having rape babies with your fucking slaves, you have to, at the very goddamn least, throw them a little bit of money every now and then and send them on their way.
No. I have a better one. If you're thinking about having rape babies, just don't. No. Just like proceed to the nearest cliff you can find. Or a tree. No, a tree is nice and easy, you know? Find a tree. Just start climbing it. And then just invent the triple backflip. That's all you gotta do.
I hate to fucking be a phrenology guy, but Woodrow Wilson really does have racist phrenology, doesn't he?
I mean, I would more say that he's a sickly nerd who doesn't have power, but he wants to be fucking who's Rough Rider?
Roosevelt.
Yeah. He pretty much wants to be him, but he's not. And so what do people in that situation do? Instead of lashing out at the people who look like them, it's easier to lash at the people who don't look like you. It's the same reason all these cucks on the internet are still worried that some black dude's gonna show up and steal your wife.
Dude, in fucking South Korea, I found this out from a video the other day. South Korean far-right guys are all obsessed with fucking black dudes.
That's what
even though there's no fucking black people in South Korea.
Yeah, dude, because they're scared we're gonna fuck their wives.
Yeah, which is, hey, if that's all it takes to get your wife to leave you, maybe you weren't fucking bringing home the goods.
Well, it shows how threatened you are and how much you're projecting a lot of these problems.
Can I say something that's gonna sound really bad if you don't know what I mean?
I mean, you can always say what you want. You just got to deal with the consequences of what happens. Let's see what it is.
I am very glad that I never developed a particular love or hate of interracial porn.
I mean, I saw an interview years ago that it was interesting. It was by a former porn star who she didn't do films anymore, but she like did.
Was it Lisa Ann?
In direction? What my guy? If maybe,
because if it is, you're referencing the same interview I'm thinking of.
Oh well, in the interview, I mean, here's the thing. There's a lot of different parts to this, but
I could have just said I have no strong opinions. It's not just that I have no strong opinions. I'm very glad that I don't. I'm very glad that my sexuality didn't manifest in such a way where I'm one of those dudes who's fucking obsessed with interracial porn.
I mean, dude, it's beautiful to see the stark contrast in skin tones.
Yeah, that's fine.
Well, I mean, it's like artful and shit.
Yeah, sometimes it's a nice little garnish.
I mean, I just also, can we throw out here, dude? Interracial porn doesn't mean black dudes fucking everyone's wives.
No, but generally when interracial porn is said, they're talking about that, even though it covers like 50 other fucking things.
What are you talking about? Audience, get this man. What are you talking about?
So back when the Nightly Show with Larry Wilmore existed, which was a surprisingly good show, and I'm still mad Comedy Central canceled it.
Larry's referencing a Larry on this show is referencing a different Larry on a show.
Yeah. Well, I'm referencing a piece that one of his correspondents did, not him. But
okay.
They did a whole included interviews, but they did a whole news piece about interracial porn and about how relatively controversial it is and how there's a ton of fucking porn stars who won't do it for purely fucked up racist reasons. They did a fucking study, some kind of metadata study thing, and determined that a sizable chunk of porn stars would be less embarrassed to tell their family that they fucked a dog in a video than they would to tell their family that they fucked a black dude.
I really feel like this was not in good faith. That does not feel like it was in good faith.
This wasn't porn stars who said this. This was a fucking meta-analysis of different things.
Yeah,
anyway,
this meta-analysis sounds a little shock jockey.
Maybe, I don't know. So they interviewed Lisa Ann, which is what I thought you were referencing, and she said a quote that lives in my head rent-free: if you love the dick, you should love the dick no matter what color it is.
Well, that's fair. Yeah, no, I'm not talking about that. I mean, it's probably the same. Actually, I don't think it was the same lady.
I don't think so either, because what you're describing is more in-depth than the 3 minutes they had to talk to her.
Yeah, no. Well, I know it's not the same interview. I don't even think it's the same lady. But yeah, no, it's more that well, actually, first of all, since you think because of an expose on this guy's show that all interracial porn is just black dudes fucking people.
No, I know there's a million types. It's just that when people talk about interracial porn, they are very often talking specifically about black men fucking white women. What? Usually in a sexually dominant way too. There's some.
What in the name of desexualizing black queens is happening right now?
Yeah, so that is also interracial porn, definitionally, but it doesn't get included in the same category when motherfuckers talk about it. It's really
your bias is showing. You're crazy.
I don't know, man.
Crazy.
I will crank to anything good. All right.
Your bias is showing hard. Everyone loves a nice queen, man. Well, not everyone.
Sometimes. Jessica fucking Lucas, goddamn Halle Berry, even now, especially back in the day.
Halle Berry. What do we?
She still looks great, but back in The Last Boy Scout or something, she looked great.
No. I'm talking. I'm terrible at names, so let me.
Oh, you're talking about actual porn stars. Yeah, I don't tend to memorize.
No. I'm just bad at names of actresses in general. head warrior lady from Wakanda.
Oh, Denai Guerrera? Is that her name? Michonne from Walking Dead.
Yeah.
I'm not into the shaved head thing, but otherwise, yeah.
Amber Rose? You crazy.
Well, I in general like longer hair on everybody, like men or women.
I mean,
yeah, Angela Bassett too, even though she's like 70 now, but she still looks pretty good.
Oh, I mean, there's countless people. I mean,
I honestly miss, like, on the subject of hair, I miss everyone's fucking COVID haircuts. I liked the way everyone looked with their unkempt fucking hair.
Oh, dude, no. It was like the shitty version of like a zombie thing where like clearly we're all trying to groom, but just badly.
I don't know, man. I got an uncle who works on like Wall Street and shit that I don't talk to him super often, but I'm not like estranged from him. But getting to see him with hair that was actually touching the back of a shirt collar, I was like, fuck yeah. Because I knew it was driving him nuts.
All I need you to do now is just sit on a shirt. Sit on a chair backwards and take out a guitar and say, hey kids, here's Wonderwall. And you'll be the coolest professor ever.
I got something really fucking weird, I gotta say, all right? Regarding interracial porn.
Okay. Oh my God, okay.
Sometimes I'm really into it, not because of the interracial aspect, but for one other reason.
Clip this, man. What's up?
In order to properly light black people and not have them look fucking orange or whatever, you have to light them differently, right?
I mean, you should.
If you want it to look good on camera, that is.
I mean, but like, half the time it's just focused on banging and they don't give a fuck about the lighting.
Yeah, which is a problem. That's part of why I fucking hate a lot of mainstream porn. So,
what the artistic quality do you want?
It's not even just artistic quality. If you get the lighting wrong, people look fucking hideous under it.
Dude wants Showtime, like Cinemax porn.
No, I literally do, because sometimes you get the shitty lighting and an actress who's really fucking hot suddenly looks hideous because it shows, like, it just makes her skin look terrible and shit.
God forbid we don't have fantasy lighting for every moment of sexual encounter.
My point is that sometimes the different lighting setup required to properly light a black performer makes the woman look better. All right, I'm a proud degenerate. I am a proud masturbator, and I will talk about this. I'm thinking of a particular video from Blacked where the white lady looked really fucking good in it, better than she normally does, because the lighting was so good.
Yo, what was it you were just saying earlier about you got no opinion here?
I have no opinion on the racial politics of it.
Someone tell me that he did not just say he had no opinion.
I have no opinion on the racial aspect of interracial porn. I have many opinions on the lighting quality of interracial porn. It's also why I tend to like homemade and or OnlyFans videos, because you don't have fucking like some underpaid gaffer shining the brightest spotlight of all time on Casey Calvert, making her skin look like fucking dog shit.
How much porn are you consuming that you have this much goon?
Not very much. The way my brain works is that the second the video starts, I notice these things. Like, you put on the video and it's like, damn. Oh, fuck yeah. Goddamn, I don't know.
Say that, but you look like Casper the Friendly Ghost, right?
Well, yeah, but that's because I have all the lights off in my room and I'm using my monitors as lighting because I'm fucking broke. Okay, what's a fucking porn star that won't embarrass me by admitting I like them?
So, wait, what? Are there ones that would embarrass you?
Well, no, but like if I know too many porn stars' names, people are going to be like, why does he fucking know that many porn stars?
There was Brenda, Letitia, Linda.
There was definitely never a fucking Brenda. I will say that much. Because that is my mom's name.
I I mean, all I'm saying is, do you go into a porn video and you're like, hold on, let me double check. This woman does not share the same name as my mother.
It's not so much that I double check, it's more that they usually say her name in the title and or right there on the thing. And if her name is Brenda, I'm gonna be fucking distracted. Like, dude, I'll show you how fucking seriously I take this. Back when I used to actually use Tinder, I once swiped left on one of the baddest bitches I ever fucking saw in my entire life because she had the same name as my mom. And I couldn't fucking deal with it.
Yeah, here's some great advice for Tinder. Let's not be referring to women as bad bitches on a stream, my boy.
She was fucking gorgeous. I don't remember anything else about her because it was like 8 years
ladies,
ago.
Man.
She was fucking beautiful. She was amazing looking, but she had the same name as my mom, so I had to fucking swipe left.
Oh my god.
I can't hang, dude. If it were a really common name like Emily or whatever, I could fucking look past
How
it.
But Emily's do you know?
Countless.
This gets weirder and weirder.
Dude, I know a million, like Emily's, Jane, goddamn Anna, Mary, like.
But oh my god!
I've met a lot of these motherfuckers. I've only ever met one Brenda, and it's my mom. So.
Dude, that's so weird.
I don't know. It's a relatively uncommon name, I guess.
I know like 3.
Martha, yeah. See,
Martha.
The funny thing is that could have worked if the screenwriters knew what they were doing and if they gave the right material to the actors, but it didn't, and they didn't. So here we are.
I mean,
anyway, what was I fucking... I was talking about porn. I'll just say Casey Calvert again, even though I do have slightly more varied taste than her. Casey Calvert.
5 more. Hold on. You just, like, keep it going for us. Just, like... Roll off the list. How many can you name?
Well, I was gonna say Lana Rhoades, but she quit, and I think like has expressed wish for people to not watch her old shit, so I kind of don't anymore. Fucking, like, do you actually want me to go? Because most of the ones I know are OnlyFans girls.
I'm curious how many you can do, folks. I've said before, we're just gonna see how horny Larry is on Maine.
Are we talking ones that I've actually like enjoyed the content of, or just ones I know of? Because like I know of Jenna Jameson, but I don't really watch Jenna Jameson's shit.
Oh, let's go with the other category because it seems like what you want to do.
Okay, fucking I don't know, Dainty Wilder, goddamn Aaron O'Hara. I don't know. Those are just a few. Anyway, the point is that sometimes you'll get one that you're like, yes, I know this woman. I know what she looks like. And then you see her under the wrong lighting conditions, and it's like, oh, suddenly her face looks fucking hideous because they're showing, like, every single blemish.
Oh my god, real people are beautiful there.
Yeah, I know, but real people are especially beautiful when they're lit properly. I look hideous right now, for example. I would not want this lighting in my porno. God forbid a man have standards. Nick, the future is now. I do not have to jerk off to the fucking Land O'Lakes box anymore, okay?
The future is now.
War in Iran right now, meanwhile in the States. Well, yeah, because we're insulated in the Imperial Core from the consequences of our own bad behavior, and...
We are not isolated at all.
You and I are. We're not getting fucking bombed. Not yet, anyway.
You think my white ass is never isolated from this shit, bro? One more bad thing happens, some dude's gonna mistake me on the street for something else, and I gotta make sure I look super ethnic in a different way.
That's true, but that's a separate problem from what I was referring to.
Oh, well, now, I thought I was apart from it here in the imperialist core, just lottie-dotting around.
Well, yeah, we are insulated from, like, the literal war happening over there.
Yeah, I mean, we're usually isolated from the places we're robbing resources from.
Yeah, exactly my point. That's why we're free to talk about masturbation for an hour. And yes, the Land O'Lakes fucking lady is gone, but they did keep her land. That is true. And then, of course, there's the classic cutout trick where you use her knees to look like boobs or whatever.
Nah, but like, can we talk about how much they're like, it's offensive, so we're going to keep the land and get rid of the woman? That is great. It's great.
Yeah,
Don't forget, this is the country that actually had like people getting violent over removing Aunt Jemima as an old ass black mammy who was raising your kids while you went and bought more for people.
Isn't Aunt Jemima a like rephrasing of Ain't Yo Mama? Is that just a rumor or is that actually true?
That's just a rumor.
Okay, because I've heard that like it was true, but I've also heard people say it wasn't.
It's just aunties and uncles because it's not your mom and dad. It's like how you have family friends, but like you don't want to tell the kid, oh, this is my slave. It's like you get a little weird. So you're just like, oh, it's like Aunt Dorothy, and Aunt Dorothy watches you, and don't worry about all the people who look like Aunt Dorothy outside.
By the way, I gotta say, bold fucking move to leave your children in the care of somebody you own who you know hates your guts.
Not really, because what really are they going to do?
Well, I know they realistically can't do much, but you'd think parents would be more paranoid about it, given that it's their kids.
Absolutely not. That's how much the grip of power over slavery is. I mean, they own these people, and they're not people anymore. They're objects. And I'm not scared about my kitchen knife killing my baby.
I guess I'm just fucking built different, man. I don't know. If I owned slaves and I knew they hated my fucking guts, I would not leave my children alone with them.
Man.
Also, they hate their kids. True, they do. Anyway, regarding Aunt Jemima, I wasn't like picky about them removing her, but I didn't really care either. Though apparently some people did, because when my dad went to fucking Florida and he was trying to get something on eBay for my grandma, he literally like, I guess because it was locational or whatever, he got a little eBay ad for like Aunt Jemima syrup non-woke version that was just an old bottle of Aunt Jemima syrup.
Yep.
It's like, bro, you're just gonna either it's gonna taste bad because it's expired, or you're gonna get sick.
Well, but to be real, at that point, we're actively celebrating the slave imagery because people got offended by it. So, yeah. Like, okay.
And like, I wasn't clamoring for Aunt Jemima to be taken off the box, but when they said we're gonna do it, I was like, yeah, that's kind of fair.
I mean,
the imagery's a little troublesome at times.
Yeah, but most times they take the imagery and they just like find ways to co-opt it. Like, I'm gonna give you my favorite example. The Walt Disney Corporation is fucking evil.
Yeah.
Now,
generally.
Now we might know one of their older tales, classic, really, really famous.
Are you gonna say Song of the South?
Song of the South.
I have never actually seen it.
Now here's the thing. We have a fantastic character who narrates the whole thing because it's a bunch of stories we're telling the children. Pretty much Princess and the Bride style, we'll say.
Yeah.
Now, I want to say it was Uncle Remus, but I might be wrong and being an asshole. But,
no, I think that was his name. Like, from what little I know of that movie, I think that the character was named that.
So, fun fact.
Uncle Remus, no relation.
Yeah, that's where it comes from. So
probably, yeah.
Well, it's a deep relation because in the South, the uncle is the old black motherfucker on your plantation, and we're just gonna do that. And the term stuck in some places, unfortunately, because
over the course of 2 centuries, it evolved into unk.
No, but
I know.
Don't listen. Just because you're unk, you don't gotta try to spread your trauma. I mean, so to continue, homeboy who played this pivotal character, he wasn't allowed to go to the premiere of the movie. Fun fact.
Yeah, that is true.
Whites only theater. It was awkward. So, okay, well, you might go, how is this important to me, Nick? Now, if you're approximately my age, or if you're a millennial, maybe an old Gen Zer, you would know this tune. Zippity doo
I
dah.
do know that.
I'm not going any further than that because I'm not getting fucking busted for shit. But you know what I'm going with this.
Yeah, that's like the one thing from Song of the South that has like transcended the movie and actually stuck around.
Oh, enough that it was the theme song for the park for a while. And if you were like me and saw those like shorts or extra things they would put before movies where they would try to advertise the park and shit, you would hear that song a lot.
Yeah, Splash Mountain was based like the original version of Splash Mountain was based on Song of the South, right?
Well, this is where we're going. So, Splash Mountain.
By the way, before we get into that, we did hear about the Paramount deal. The reason we're not talking about it is because it isn't done yet. So we might completely waste our fucking time talking about it if it doesn't happen. And I really hope it doesn't. And there's some signs that it won't.
We could give it a little bit of time after, just a little.
Yeah, we can dig in. Well, if it goes through, it'll be worth digging into.
Well, no, I mean, like, hell, if we could take how many hours to cover the goddamn like speech of the president,
Oh my god!
Talk about Paramount, but hold on.
Yeah, so Splash Mountain.
So the Splash Mountain's about a fun little story of Brer Rabbit. Now, Brer Rabbit is a trickster. He's Tom Sawyer, the rabbit.
And he Modern day warrior, mean bride. Today's Tom Sawyer.
If you're gonna do that, you gotta do it in like an Eric Cartman voice. Otherwise, I'm just not accepting it. Yeah, no, because like that can work. Also, Russia does do that at concerts because they're insane.
Yeah, I know.
So, Brer Rabbit is doing Tom Sawyer shit. He just walks around all day tricking people, being lazy, and trying to get free stuff.
Same.
Yeah, but he's like a very malicious hillbilly who doesn't give a fuck who he hurts in the process.
That's different.
So, one day, Brer Rabbit goes and he's trying to trick this fox who's always trying to get him. It's definitely not the law. Wink. Now,
yeah.
What it does is he goes and he makes a tar baby.
Oh.
Yes, this is where this comes from, actually. So he takes a bunch of tar and he wraps it in like a swaddle, and like he like puts a little baby binky type shit in, and like he like just tries to make it look as much as a baby as you apparently can with an actual thing of pitch. Now, if you're sitting there going, this sounds really fucking stupid, yeah, I know, but bear with me here because
it is worth noting that Disney saw the writing on the wall and stopped reissuing this movie in like the 80s.
Oh, no, they didn't see the writing on the wall. They played it as much as they could. That's the thing. They squeezed as much money out of the story as they fucking could. And I will explain as soon as I get to the end. Trust me, you're gonna love this. Now, it's then Brer Rabbit takes this tar baby, puts it on the side of the road, and the fox comes along. And actually, by the way, this story I think exists before Songs of the South. I'm pretty sure it's just like a fable type thing.
A lot of early Disney stuff are, so yeah, that would
and by fable I don't mean ancient, I mean a racist anecdote created post Reconstruction because people suck. But
that is a distinct possibility.
So the fox walking along sees the baby and Brer Rabbit's hiding in a fucking bush. He's like, wah, wah. And so the fox goes and he grabs the baby and he tries to help it, and it sticks to him and slowly just messes up his fur and mats him more and more and fucks with him. Now, the moral of the story here, kids, that's what happens when you try to help a black child. Fucking
I was afraid.
Fucking tar babies, man. Now, that's a terrible moral to have. It's not great. Now, Disney is like, oh, well, I can't use that. I just got to change it a little bit as a treat. So instead, the ride is a honey pot. Because, oh, did I mention Splash Mountain has you recreate this fucking fable, the ride. And now
it used to be clear. I think they did finally change it.
Hold on, because I was ready. And for those of you who are about to say, "Oh well, Nick, it was redone." Don't worry, we're getting there, folks. Don't worry.
I'm not absolving them. I'm just saying they did eventually fucking
No,
realize that it was not.
no, they
It was
didn't. No,
still
they didn't. No,
understandable.
they didn't. You don't even know the fucking trick they pulled.
Oh no. Oh, I think I heard about this, but remind me. I don't think I don't remember it.
Hold on. Let the story run its course,
Okay.
my friend. So Disney, they go, no. When I'm installing this ride, it can't be a literal tar baby. That's a little too on the nose here. I can have everything else the same. I can have a fucking crocodile playing a banjo in the background as I go through the bayou and have a bunch of rabbits and shit like explain to me. Now we're gonna go and listen to Brer Rabbit and we can learn a story from this tale or some shit of the like. And they go and have it be a honey, a beehive. It's old poo style. And it does the same thing to the guy. He gets stuck, fucks up his fur. Oh no, his life's really bad. He's got to shave and everything, and then he looks really dumb and he's poor and like yada yada. He's in a barrel.
Oh bother.
Yeah, and like totally, I can't get any understanding from this. If I substitute the beehive with this ride, totally still can't get any of that. Wink. Now, as Larry's pointed out, Disney changed the ride
Eventually.
in a way that is really fucking sadistic, and I cannot emphasize how fucked this is.
Remind me what it is, because I think I heard about it when it happened, and I think I agree.
So, to be clear, this ride has stood for decades as a testament to racism and telling this terrible story. And so they didn't tear the whole ride down. They obviously keep the entirety of the ride. They keep half of the southern shit because setting up a whole like biome for a ride is somewhat expensive. I mean,
Somewhat.
That's like a day's worth of park value. Like, what?
Yeah, I know.
Like half a day's worth. It's terrible.
That's like 3 fast pass sales.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, more likely. But so what they did was they turned instead from racist southern Georgia into the Louisiana Bayou. They changed the alligator playing the crocodile playing the banjo for the Princess and the Frog, Louis Armstrong, and then they just put a bunch of black people in there and said, "Nah, it's fine. It's the Princess and the Frog ride now, folks. Don't
do
worry
remember
about
that. Yeah.
that is next level. Like, oh, you want me to be PC? I'll be PC for you. Let's put the niggers in the ride. Like, I hate them. It is so evil. Someone is laughing their ass off every day at this joke. I swear.
At least when what was the other? Oh yeah, the Pirates of the Caribbean one. At least taking the rapey implications out of that one was relatively easy.
I mean, they just took the guy running and chasing the woman around and pinned her to a table, and then they just changed it to now she's chasing him and bashing him with a fucking rolling pin.
They did that one, and they also, for one of the other bits of it, put a big plate of like mutton or whatever in her hands, so that that's why he's chasing her. He wants the mutton.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's like,
all right, it's a little clumsy, but all right, it works, I guess.
But like, nah, that's one thing to fix a story. They literally said to put the Princess and the Frog ride. We're just gonna combine that with the fix of the race ride.
I never actually saw Princess and the Frog.
Oh, what the fuck is wrong with you?
I just was doing other stuff when it came out, and I forgot to get around to it.
Do you not have friends on the other side?
What do you mean by the other side?
Oh God, bro, go listen to Keith David singing one of the greatest fucking songs ever.
Okay.
God, just go. Oh my God, what's wrong with you?
Because like, if you mean friends who have died, I have like a friendly acquaintance from high school that I recently found out fucking died.
No, the actual implication is more ancestral spirits and voodoo shit.
No, I do not have those. Unless you count the last little prank my grandpa pulled the morning he died. Did I tell you about that?
I don't think so. Did you say pull my finger?
No. Well, we joked that it was him pulling a prank. So my grandpa, he died around dawn. Like we knew it was coming, so pretty much everybody was like sitting around waiting for it to happen.
Yeah.
And so around dawn he finally died, and they they call the funeral home, or they call whoever's job it is to come pick up his body.
The morgue.
Yeah, who I guess is connected to the funeral home. I don't know. They sent War Rocket Ajax to pick up his body, to quote Flash Gordon by Queen. So we give them our address, which I will not fucking say. Nobody try to send me any ricin or used underwear or whatever.
1, 2, 3, 4. I live here, Lane.
Yes. So we give them our address, and then like hour or two goes by. It's still like really early in the morning, like it's 7 a.m. maybe, or maybe 7:30. I don't know. And the guy finally shows up, and he's like, "Is this, the address?"
3, 4. I live here, Lane.
Well, he says that, and he says, "Are you expecting us?" And my mom goes, "Yeah, to pick up my dad. He just died." And then he goes, "Oh, thank God." Because apparently, whoever on the phone took down the address got like a single letter wrong, or was like missing a word or whatever. So he drove to the wrong fucking house at like 6:30 in the morning, rang the doorbell, and like some lady answers it, and he's like, "Hi, I'm here to pick up your father." And she's like, "My father, who's asleep upstairs and is perfectly healthy?"
I mean, it could be worse.
Well, yeah, this guy was like very clearly from the morgue too, and he's like, "Wait, what?" And he realized he got the wrong address.
He didn't have to at least he didn't bring the body to the wrong address,
No, thankfully. Now, that was just very much my grandpa's sense of humor. So when that happened, we were like, "Yep, that was him playing one last prank on us."
He called in his own death.
No, he didn't call it in. We were joking that like that was his ghost ascending to heaven, going, "Throw a little sneaky at him."
But you're not religious. Okay.
No, we're not. It was a joke my family made.
Jokes are funny.
I don't know. We thought it was funny. My grandma might actually believe it, because she's the only one in this house who actually fucking believes in God. So,
do you believe in life after love?
Sadly, yes.
I can feel something inside. I don't think it's strong enough.
Thank you, Alex. See, Alex is fucking laughing. I'm glad somebody is. I don't know. We thought it was kind of heartwarmingly amusing that on his way up to fucking heaven and or down to hell, depending on what he did in his life, my grandpa was like, "Why don't you throw a little curveball at him?"
Just a little spice as a treat.
Yeah. I prefer to believe that he is down in hell beating the shit out of Ronald Reagan.
I mean, it would be fun if, like, as part of my heaven, I get to beat up people from hell.
Well, it's efficient. One guy's heaven is the other's hell,
Just me just straight wailing on Woodrow Wilson's nutsack.
Oh, yeah, I have the thing open, because his quotes weren't that interesting, because they're mostly like, statesman fanciful shit.
Yeah.
Here is the, hang on, here it is. So they have presidential opinions from the previous two presidents on him. Jesus, okay.
Jesus?
Hang on, I'm just trying to figure out how to pronounce this fucking word. Logothete? Is that how it is? Logothete?
the fuck is that word?
I don't know. Whip your fucking fancy Latin education out and help me.
How do you spell it?
Hang on, I got it. Logothete. Nope, that's AI. I'm not reading that. Logothete was an administrative title originating in the Eastern Roman Empire. In the Middle and Late Byzantine Empire, it rose to become a senior administrative title equivalent to a minister or secretary of state.
Yeah, sorry. I studied the actual Roman Empire, not the Byzantine fucks who couldn't come up with a new name.
Yes, so Teddy Roosevelt called Woodrow Wilson a Byzantine logothete and also an infernal skunk in the White House.
Yeah, that sounds accurate.
He is a silly doctrinaire at times and an utterly selfish and cold-blooded politician always.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
William Howard Taft said about him, I regard him as a ruthless hypocrite and as an opportunist who has not convictions he would not barter at once for votes, which is probably accurate. That mulish enigma, that mountain of egotism and selfishness who lives in the White House, I feel certain that he would not recognize a generous impulse if he met it on the street. To be clear, those are 3 separate quotes that I just read in an order, so
fuck Woodrow Wilson is everybody's opinion.
One of the elementary schools in my hometown was named after him. Not the one I went to, but one of the others.
That's a red flag if I've ever heard one.
Yeah, I'm lucky I didn't go there.
No, but who made that request to name it that? You know what I mean?
I don't know. When I was in elementary school, they told us why, and I don't remember the answer. I bet none of them launched Operation Epstein Fury. Yeah, that's true. Though I'd imagine that a couple of them were probably on the island. Now here is the what others said, meaning non-politicians and such.
Yeah.
Or non-American political figures, of Wilson's handshake, like a 10-cent pickled mackerel in brown paper. That was from William Allen White, who wrote, who I guess co-authored a biography about Wilson, or maybe not. I don't know. Okay, here's one from Walter Hines Page, U.S. Ambassador to Great Britain during the First World War. The air currents of the world never ventilated his mind.
I love this. Bro, I love how much this book just wants to dunk on Woodrow Wilson.
From John Maynard Keynes, like Odysseus, he looked wiser when seated. At the Paris Peace Conference, French Prime Minister Georges Clemenceau explained to André Tardieu why he had given in to the British Premier Lloyd George's demands. What do you expect when I'm between 2 men, one of whom thinks he's Napoleon and the other thinks he's Jesus Christ?
Jesus fucking, oh my god.
If I remember correctly, there were some really fucking good ones about both Bushes, so I'm going to skip ahead a little.
I'll give you a quote about a Bush.
Also, this book is what taught me that the S in Harry S. Truman doesn't stand for anything.
What do you mean?
He just put it in to sound official. He didn't have a middle name.
Well, it stands for S.
Well, yeah, but it's not... You know what the fuck I meant, said Pooh. Best president, hands down, was William Henry Harrison. That is true. He did the right thing very early in his term. For those of you not well-versed in history, William Henry Harrison was president for 31 days before dying of an illness that he picked up giving a long-ass inauguration in the rain.
I mean, could we also, reasonably say James Garfield was there long enough to do some cool shit, not long enough to get corrupted?
I do not know enough about James Garfield.
Dude fought for the Union.
That is good.
Of the Reconstruction efforts. Generally wouldn't have died if the Black Doctor didn't get fucked over. Was just a big supporter of complete equal rights.
Oh shit, there was no vice president between 63 and 65? Wow.
I mean, yeah, how would there be?
Well, normally someone ascends to the vice presidency, but I guess they just didn't.
Had they written that in as a need yet?
Well, it's still not a need. Like, technically, it is perfectly legal to not have a vice president. It's just that it's such an abnormal move that they always move someone into the fucking position.
I guess it's also important to consider that the modern conception of a vice president is so different.
That is true.
They like do things nowadays.
Yeah, here we go. For Richard Nixon. So at the top of each of these, it has like a basic bio about the person, like their wife, their children, all that. Who the vice president was.
My wife.
And Nixon, his vice presidents were Spiro Agnew from 69 to 73 and Gerald Ford from 73 to 4. There was no vice president from October to December of 73 because Spiro Agnew resigned.
Spiro Agnew, famously known for his fantastic role in Futurama.
Yeah, that's like the only fucking reason I remember his name.
Which is also where I remembered this after the last stream. You can see the better version of Uhura's fan dance.
That is true. Did you know that Gerald Ford is the only American president who was never elected in any capacity to either president or vice president?
Huh.
Because he was he Speaker of the House? I feel like he might have been. No, he was in the House of Representatives. It doesn't mention him being Speaker, but yeah, Nixon appointed him as his new VP after Spiro Agnew was resigned, and then thus became president when Nixon resigned. So yeah, he is the only U.S. president who was never elected to either that or vice president.
Really doesn't feel like that should be legal, but
it is legal to appoint a VP if your VP dies or resigns.
I mean,
he did run for president as president, but he lost to Jimmy Carter.
God forbid I coerce a VP to resign and then appoint someone and then resign myself, essentially bypassing American democracy to pick a president.
Now, hang on one moment. Are you suggesting that U.S. politics is corrupt and badly designed?
I'm saying that the Declaration of Independence was a fantastic document.
1776 will commence again! All right, here's my favorite fucking president to read about, Ronald goddamn Reagan.
Can I just point out it's weird how people on the alt-right really want to like get into the Constitution, but then immediately folded on the Constitution when they could have just been arguing the Declaration of Independence the entire time, and they could just have their coup and like
seriously
sound American somehow. I don't know.
Ronald Reagan, the family values religious conservative, was the first president ever to have been divorced.
Yeah, sounds about right.
I'm gonna have sex with the Declaration of Independence. Well, that's about all it's good for these days.
Man, that would not be fun. That would be frictionful.
Yeah, true. You need a lot of lube.
But that would just ruin the document.
However, Ronald Reagan's divorce took place before he was president, which means that J.D. Vance can still break a record as the first president to get divorced while in office.
Do you not fucking hope J.D. Vance gets into office?
I don't hope he gets into office. I'm almost certain he will, because I think it's very unlikely Trump lives through this term.
That doesn't mean J.D. Vance will necessarily become president, God willing.
Well, as much as I would love to never see him be president, who would become president if not the vice president?
All I'm saying was, I really liked that TV show.
Designated Survivor. Yeah, that is true.
TV show. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
it was a good TV show.
It was. Though it was really weird that when they moved to Netflix, they suddenly made it R-rated.
I mean, it should have started out R-rated to begin with.
I agree. I'm just saying that because it wasn't at the start, suddenly making it R-rated was kind of weird. But
honestly, reboot that fucking show, dude. Reboot that show, guys.
They did a foreign remake of it at some point, like in another country.
Because it's a good idea.
Yeah, I would have loved more of it, but fucking Netflix canceled it, and one of the main actors from it died, so they can't fucking bring it back.
So they can reboot it.
International. Which country did it? South Korea. South Korea did a
Of course, Korea
did a remake of it. You know, it should be easy to rewatch. See, that's the thing. Designated Survivor, because it premiered in like September of 2016, was designed to be like an, oh fuck, what if this disaster happened? But because Donald Trump became president like 3 months into the show's run, it instead became, wow, utopian fiction where the president isn't a retarded Nazi pedophile.
That's a label.
He is. Oh man.
He is
Imagine
a Nazi pedophile. I will
Imagine the fantasy of having a president who can still control his own bowels.
Man, who cares about that?
I mean, I do kind of care if the president is so senile that he's shitting his pants.
I mean, I'm more care about the people being oppressed.
Oh, I do too, but like a bad sign is when you've got a president who's so old he's shitting his pants.
That is true. It's not a green flag, I'll give you that. Like,
you know, in fact, we know for sure that President Kirkman from that show can control his bowels because one time we saw him sitting on the toilet playing with a Rubik's Cube.
Okay.
I remember that scene because it was the first time we heard him say fuck. Because he's usually a very, like, dignified, professional speaking guy. But then when he's by himself taking a dump, struggling with the Rubik's Cube, he mutters, this thing is fucking impossible. I want my president to not be pathetic when they represent this nation. That is really true. Like, I hate to fucking... I prefer to focus on policy, but unfortunately in politics, optics do matter. And having a president who is, like, visibly decaying before our eyes is not good.
Man, I want a president that doesn't look like every age of hate that we've instilled on the rest of the world for the past fucking how many hundreds of years.
Did you ever see the Apprentice movie from, like, 2 years ago?
Absolutely not. Was it good?
Yes, it was very good. Among the many shitty things Trump did that they mention was, you know about him in the Justice Department right at the beginning of the 70s, right?
Yes.
Yeah, they cover that, like, somewhat briefly in the movie, but they do cover that.
Do they cover the Central Park 5? I always like to think about that. They don't talk about that much nowadays.
No, but only because the time frame of the movie is too early.
Never forget, folks, Trump put out a full-page ad in the New York Times on the front fucking page.
He did.
5 should be executed.
He did say that, and that was before, not only did they wind up being exonerated because the case was bullshit, that was before even their initial conviction.
Yeah, but didn't Corey Weiss still, yeah.
I'm saying it was even worse than that. Like, he wasn't saying that after they got convicted.
Yeah, no, facts never mattered in that case. It doesn't matter in a lot of them. It's sad.
Yeah, the movie only takes place from like 73 to maybe the mid 80s, so it doesn't cover the Central Park 5, and it doesn't cover obviously anything since then, like the presidency, the Apprentice TV show, none of that.
Sure. Okay.
It pretty much just like it starts with him in 73 meeting Roy Cohn, and it ends sometime in the 80s. They don't specify. Late enough that he's cheating on Ivana with Marla Maples. Actually, they don't even say it's Marla Maples, but it's a younger blonde woman, so I kind of assumed it was. But I don't think they even say her character's name when we briefly see her, so it might not be Marla Maples. But yeah, he's cheating on Ivana. They show him fucking rape her, too, like on screen and shit. It's uncomfortable.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, it's only like a 15-second scene, so it doesn't go on long enough to be gratuitous, but it's like, oh, damn, they're just showing him doing it. All right, cool. That's fun.
Like I know he did it, but like I don't want to watch.
Yeah, like I said, they only show it for like 15 seconds. They show you enough so that you go, "Oh God, what a piece of shit."
Oh, Jesus Christ.
But yeah, it was a surprisingly good movie.
I mean, okay, I'll have to check it out then when I'm like ready to do nonsense like that.
There's a great bit in there where he starts taking these like diet pills. And he's like, "Man, I feel so good. I feel better than I have in years. I don't even need to sleep anymore. These things are so great." And everyone around him is like, "That's really bad for you, right?"
We're taking meth.
Well, yeah, so one of the scenes, not like at the end, but later on in the movie, they cut from him talking about how great the diet pills are to him at his annual physical, and the doctor goes, "All right, you need to stop taking these immediately." And he's like, "Wait, what? Why?" "Because they're amphetamines. They're extremely dangerous."
Yeah, could have and did tell you that.
Well, yeah, he does. Like, the doctor literally just says to him, like, "Yeah, you're going to die if you keep taking these."
Because it's just meth. You're just taking meth, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, they did a really good job, like, both letting you sympathize with Trump a little bit while also showing you, like, not shying away from what a fucking monster he became.
Man, if I want to sympathize with a dude who did bad things, I'll watch the Charlie Sheen documentary. I don't need Trump for that.
Yeah, like, fuck, what was, like, especially at the beginning before he, like, really gets into the Roy Cohn shit, it's like, oh, damn, this guy could have, if not a good person, he could have been an actual human being, at least.
Well, he is a human being. He's just a terrible one.
Well, yeah, but like he has character flaws right from the beginning, but like in a normal movie, he'd get over those character flaws and be a decent guy. But instead, he goes the opposite direction. But they show you enough of him pre Roy Cohn's bad influence that you're like, all right, he could have been a normal person. And instead, he chose to be like this.
Normal-ish.
Well, yeah, like I said, but...
Well, because he's still rich.
He is, but like at the beginning of the movie, he drives himself places in his own car. Like, he's not so rich that he has, like, fucking security and shit.
And it's cool to drive.
Yeah, like, he is a relatively normal guy at the beginning.
He's just... If Patrick Bateman's friends are normal guys, I guess.
He doesn't appear at the beginning, that is, to be as rich as those guys. Well, maybe his family is, but at the beginning, he's only like 23 years old, so he doesn't really have access to like his family's money yet.
Listen, he's still eating at Dorsia.
Yeah, like we see his apartment, and it's like, it's a nice apartment, but it is a regular ass apartment.
Where is it?
Somewhere in fucking Queens, like the rich part of Queens, I think.
Normal apartment.
Well, like I said, it's a nice place, but it is like, yes, I can imagine a human being who can afford to live there.
I don't know why. You just sounded a lot like, who's the guy who plays fucking Ben Wyatt?
I don't know.
The older.
Adam Scott.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know why, you just sounded a lot like Adam Scott.
Yeah, Alex is actually right. There's at least one moment in Thunderbolts where Sebastian Stan does like a little facial mannerism that looks a lot like Trump's. And everyone's joke was like, oh god, he's still shaking off the demon possession he had to do to play Trump as well as he did.
Oh my god, that's terrible.
It's insane how well he plays Trump, because he has to, one, do a Trump impression that doesn't come across like a parody, which is really fucking hard. And two, he has to very slowly ramp the intensity of it up as the movie goes on.
Huh, okay.
Because like because you can actually go find old clips of Trump from the 70s when he was like a New York guy, like when New York news would cover him and not national news. And it's like he doesn't talk like that in 1975. He talks relatively like a normal guy. Like he has the New York accent and he has a little bit of the bravado in his cadence, but like he sounds like a person. He doesn't sound like a cartoon character the way he does from the 90s onward.
Part of me's got to wonder how much of our vision's just clouded at this point.
Well, I have unfortunately seen a lot of Trump clips from a lot of eras, and you can see the Trumpiness in his voice increase as he gets older.
Like, yeah, but like, would you feel that way if he never reached the height of Trumpiness?
Well, if he'd never reached the height, I never would have heard of him.
You would have seen him in like the minor Trumpiness things.
I miss regional accents. Now everyone talks like a TV character. Yeah, we unfortunately got the worst of both worlds on that because all the good places with good accents, they got downplayed, and all the bad places with terrible fucking accents, they got ramped up in defiance.
What do you think are bad places with terrible accents?
Mostly the South.
I don't know, man. There's something about like a Georgia, Arkansas accent that just ooh.
Yeah, it does depend on where in the South. Because Georgia, I see what you're getting at, but if we're talking like Mississippi, like I don't ever want to hear you fucking talk ever again if you're from Mississippi.
Sure, but then you can switch to Louisiana. Oh.
Yeah, see, that's charming because it has something. Whereas people from Mississippi talk that way because they don't know how to read.
But then I can also switch to Texas. It's like, oh.
I remember Stephen Colbert because he grew up in South Carolina. He talked about how when he was like still a kid, but like an older kid, he kind of taught himself to talk in a fairly regionless accent by imitating like news anchors. And the reason he did that was because he saw that Southerners were frequently portrayed as being dumb inbred hicks on TV. And I'm like, I'm sorry, Stephen, you're a very nice man. They're portrayed like that because they are like that.
Honestly, when I hear that, I kind of just want to be like, guards, one got out. He exposed himself. Bring him back to his roles. Cast him in Ozark.
At the risk of sounding elitist, and by risk I mean I'm going to sound elitist, I think if you have a very thick Southern accent, people shouldn't let you on TV.
You're wilding.
I feel like it is very unlikely you have anything valuable to contribute if you talk like this.
See, I'm not going to lie, dude. Your problem is that all the best rocket engineers in NASA sound like that.
Well, usually the best rocket engineers sound like Germans. Every single German dances to the strain of the I was not a Nazi polka.
It's fucking great. No, you are right. There is a big paperclip section there.
In all seriousness, though, they live there, but a lot of the NASA guys were transplants from even Germany necessarily, but
JPL guys specifically.
Which guys?
The JPL, the Jet Propulsion Lab.
Yeah, I don't know what percentage of them were natives to that state and which were transplants, but I'd imagine a lot of them were transplants.
I thought it was started by three fuckers burning down a barn.
Maybe. Everyone, even people in New York, the young generation, all talk like influencers and not like they're walking here. Even Mamdani talks like anyone from TV in terms of his accent. That is true, and I don't want to accuse Mamdani of being dishonest, but that is a cultivated way he speaks.
I mean, well, we all watch too much TV and we're on the internet too much.
Yeah, so, and Sliwa does still have the 80s New York accent. That is part of his inexplicable charm, despite his terrible politics. But Mamdani, for racism reasons, if nothing else, Mamdani cultivated that very regionless American accent. In fact, right before his election, I think it was the End Wokeness account, that fucking psychotic Nazi lunatic on Twitter. He dredged up a clip of Mamdani from 2019 where he's talking to some people and he's talking with kind of like a, not Indian accent, but like a foreign East, like Middle East or Asian accent. And they were like, oh, see how dishonest he is? And then everyone else, as Alex is pointing out, says in the comments, that's called code switching and everybody does it.
Big Mouth has a great song about it.
They did, yeah. They had a number of great songs.
However, I'm gonna point out that Big Mouth, I don't know if that episode was a good thing, because yes, I'm glad you taught the world about code switching, but you shouldn't have told people about the black parties.
Was that song the one? Because they recast Missy because they were like, yeah, we shouldn't have a white lady voicing Missy.
Oh my god, yeah.
And they used one of the songs about her growing up as the transition point, like literally mid-song, the voice actor switches. Was it the code switching one, or was it one of the others?
I mean, so Devon was singing the code switching song, so not likely.
Yeah, I think it was one of the ones about. It was the one with her black cousins, whichever one they were in.
So it's that episode, but not that song.
Well, yeah, because I remember in that episode, they're like trying to encourage her to say the N word, and she's like, "No, really," looks at camera. I shouldn't.
It's very funny. I just think that episode's okay. So do you know what kind of party they were at?
Tell me in case I don't, because I don't want to answer wrong.
Jay-Z Blueprint party. Do you know what that is?
I know who Jay-Z is.
So Jay-Z, okay. To be very clear, do you know how album releases work? You have to like plan that shit out.
Yeah, like I know that they strategize the advertising and the fucking release dates and the tours and everything.
Especially back in the age of CDs and shit.
Oh god, yeah.
So Jay-Z planned out one of his biggest albums ever, and it is today one of his biggest albums ever. Very successful, called The Blueprint. And people were very excited about this because like Jay-Z had done great work on, I think the Black Album was his last one, and like they were just ready for some more. Actually, wait, no.
So he also has an album called The Black Album?
Yes, he does.
Okay, because Metallica has one of those too. I know that.
Yeah, very different.
Yeah, I figured.
So people decided to throw parties on the release day.
Makes sense.
Because like we're all gonna meet up and we're gonna play the album and we're gonna do other shit too. It's gonna be great.
Personally, I do not like listening to a new album with other people. I prefer to do it solo, but that's just me.
I think it's more just a reason to get together as well and to celebrate.
No, true. It's just that whenever I got invited to movie night parties, I'm always like, are we going to actually watch the movie or are we fucking around? Because I'm good with either, but I want to know.
True. Both. So, unfortunately, do you want to do me a favor and look up the release date for the Blueprint?
Blueprint
1.
Jay-Z studio album. Oh my god.
So why don't you put it up on the screen for the people?
Yeah.
Hit a whole control hit plus.
Yeah. It has to be command because I'm on goddamn Mac, but
Disgusting. 9/11. Yeah, Jay-Z accidentally released an album on 9/11. So there's the.
I mean, it's not like it's his fault.
No, it's not his fault.
Or is it? Or is it?
Not. So ever since, people host what are called blueprint parties on 9/11.
Okay, is that just when you have a party, but it happens to take place on 9/11?
Pretty much.
Okay, that's not that crazy, but
well, no, but it's just like it's like a thing people do regularly now because it happened to happen. It's like, well, I guess we're just doing this now.
Despite its release coinciding with 9/11, it sold over 427,000. Well, yeah, people needed a fucking pick-me-up.
It was a very good album.
Yeah. Oh shit, that's cool. It's in the National Recording Registry.
Yeah.
The first entry from the 21st century.
Jay-Z was on some fucking shit, my guy.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the shit he was on also included inappropriately young girls.
Yeah.
I'm not saying they were children, but they were definitely way too young to be dating him.
How old was he?
In 2001? Let's find out. He was in his early 30s.
Early 30s, and we're talking like what, early 20s?
I mean, if you're talking about Beyonce, yeah, probably.
I don't know.
Yeah, Beyonce was 20 years old, and he was like in his early 30s.
I'm not saying it's great, but like.
Yeah, I mean, she was an adult, but still, that's a little weird.
But they're in the same industry, and there's a connection there. So, like, I don't know. I could.
Yeah, I mean, I'm more flexible about that shit than some people, but I also like.
I mean, I can get where some people are coming at this, but like at a certain point, I'm like, all right, where am I supposed to meet people that are exclusively within like 3 years of my age? Like, what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah, it's when it becomes a pattern. Like, that's why everyone makes fun of DiCaprio, because a million fucking celebrities have dated much younger supermodels. It's just that DiCaprio does it every time.
I mean, he also just tosses a bitch when she turns 25, except for that one.
Yeah, I think he probably is just shallow, and the first time they piss him off, he's like, all right, get out of here. Because he's dumped plenty of them before they were 25, too.
That is very true.
Everyone 30 and up is the same age to me. Yeah, that's fair, I guess.
I mean, for me, it's 25, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, at a certain point, like, that's the thing, is... Cause you hear this disingenuously argued by fucking libertarians who want to get rid of the age of consent, where they're like, well, it's arbitrary. I'm like, well, yeah, it is. But unfortunately, we need an age of majority, and there's really no way to get around that being arbitrary.
Plus, there's the fucking elephant in the room, which is like...
Bless you, by the way.
Oh, thank you. These people are acting like they're... Oh, God forbid a fucking 18-year-old and a 17-year-old get together. Everyone's going to go and immediately lock up the 18-year-old. It's like, no, like, these laws are not necessarily used to target as much as you think. They're used to protect, and when you're trying to destroy that protection, you're a fucking demon.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing. Like, these laws are literally not for offense. They're for defense. So
you're... Well, as fucking Transformers Age of Extinction infamously pointed out, many states have what's called a Romeo and Juliet law.
I do know about this.
Yeah, which for those of you who don't know is when you have two people who are, well, one's an over 18, one's under, but they used to date before he was 18. I'm assuming it's a he because it always fucking is.
It's such a weird name for a law because it has nothing to do with actual Romeo and Juliet, by the way. Very strange.
Yeah, I think it's just a clever literary reference to their age difference that everyone else forgets. Because everyone forgets that Juliet's like 13 in that fucking play.
Yeah, okay, she's like 13 and Romeo's like 25. There is no...
I thought he was only 15.
No, he is a grown ass.
Oh, I thought he was also a teenager, but
no, older. That's why I'm like, this is so weird that they name it this.
Transformers Age of Consent. Yeah, hang on. Let me look it up because I could have sworn their ages were respectively 15 and 13.
Absolutely not. Have fun with this one. He's about a...
Can I actually get a fucking answer, please?
I mean, you can't get an exact one. You can get, like, good ideas, pretty much.
Yeah, well, that is a problem, too, is that they do play around with the ages a lot in the 500 adaptations.
I mean, even the one with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Can I get an answer that isn't the fucking AI overview? Because I don't want to trust that.
Can you? I got you.
Oh, hang on, I got it. Here's a thing from Reddit, from the Shakespeare subreddit.
Oh, God.
Short answer, it's never said. From various context clues, he's older than her, such as running around the streets with his friends, and his parents generally don't know where he is. But he's still doing the whole horny teenager who thinks he's in love thing, so he's not at an age where he would have typically moved on to marriage. So Absolutely. He's usually placed in his mid to late teens.
Absolutely not. That is a terrible take.
Okay.
Because they're based on like a story.
Okay.
I
don't know. Most adaptations place them as relatively close in age, but that doesn't really mean anything.
I mean, I would most likely say that's because it would be terrible if he's like a clear pedophile.
Yeah, true. Yeah, here's Quora talking about it.
See, I had seen what the fuck had I read back in the day.
Some people will insist that Romeo must be in his early to mid-20s because that was the average age of marriage for men in that time, but I wouldn't listen to those people. Juliet is much younger than a typical bride was in Shakespeare's day, so why shouldn't Romeo be younger than most grooms? The text constantly highlights his youth, even if it doesn't specify an age, and he's definitely no more emotionally mature than Juliet, arguably less so.
Yeah, the text highlights his immaturity. People keep confusing that with youth, and that is okay. If we're actually going to play this fucking game, look at the company he keeps. Mercutio is the most immature human being on this planet, and I'm supposed to assume that because of his age? No, I'm supposed to assume that because he literally has a moment where he meets a milkmaid, and he's like, "Huh, I can milk her." He talks about milking the milkmaid. Don't forget that. Like, his entire friend circle are a bunch of fucking incels, and I'm supposed to assume, oh, well, that obviously means they're in their teens. That's bad faith.
You know, this is actually distracting from the major question, which is why the fuck did they not just make up another reason for Mark Wahlberg to not like his daughter's boyfriend in Transformers: Age of Consent?
Sorry, I was thinking of the other movie with Mark Wahlberg and someone not liking their daughter Mary.
Which one is that? Because I feel like that's more than one.
What was it? It's not Daddy's Home, is it?
Daddy's Home is about when they're like kids, like they're middle school aged.
Yeah, no, not that. I thought there was like an Impress the Father-in-Law one.
There probably is. I don't know.
I don't fucking know.
Which ties this whole episode together. DiCaprio, Titanic, and The Age of Consent. Yeah, because Alex brought up that in Titanic, he is generally portrayed as the same age as Rose. Or roughly the same age.
Yeah, but he's Irish, and Irish people have to age in dog years.
That's true. But yeah, like the whole fucking thing in Transformers 4 is like he doesn't like his daughter's boyfriend because he thinks he's too old for her. And it's like, why didn't they just make up another reason for him to not like his daughter's boyfriend?
Why is that a problem?
Well, which part?
Him not liking the daughter's boyfriend because he's too old.
No, that's the thing. He's right. But the whole point is that he's supposed to, at the end, warm up to the boyfriend.
Yeah.
So it's like, why didn't you just have him not like that the boyfriend rides a motorcycle, or not like that he... there are a million things you could have. I don't like that boy for my daughter because this and that.
Because maybe it's not about finding something that he actually decides he doesn't care about that much. It's about overcoming the thing he doesn't like because his daughter's being treated well.
And I think they made them different ages because some producer was trying to get away with having an inappropriate relationship offset and wanted to normalize it. That is
that sounds a lot more. That sounds a lot more possible than my bullshit happy ass idea.
Well, the part that's so bad is that not only does he explicitly say it's perfectly legal because of the Romeo and Juliet law, he pulls out a laminated little trading card explaining what the law is that he has on hand.
Lock him up.
Yeah.
Lock
like, you could have, even if you insisted on an age difference, you could just have it be that he's 18 and she's 17.
Send that motherfucker to the shadow realm.
Like, even if you wanted to do the technically he's an adult banging a child thing, if you just made them 18 and 17, everyone would go, oh, it's not that big a deal.
Well, yeah, but they wanted the actor, didn't they?
I don't know, man. I fucking... There's so many things about that movie that were bad decisions.
Was Shia LaBeouf in it?
No, that was the first one that he wasn't. He borrowed it from the producer I mentioned. True.
Yo, Shia LaBeouf. I love him and I care about him. He's great.
Didn't they kill his fucking character off screen in those movies?
I think.
I think they did because I stopped seeing them eventually.
I stopped a long time ago, man. I could not completely get into those movies. I tried. I just watched Shia and Megan Fox and I'd move on.
So I don't remember where in this presidential book this is, but I've been looking for it while we've been talking for like an hour. There's a quote that someone said about one of the presidents, the classic line, "He couldn't tip shit out of a boot if the instructions were written on the heel." And I just want to know which president that was said about. I have a suspicion. But it was not George H.W. Bush. But here are some good ones that were said about him. Gerald Ford without the pizzazz. Every woman's first husband. Poor George, he can't help it. He was born with a silver foot in his mouth.
Wait, this is H-Dub?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
This is Clinton. I don't care about him. Also, I can tell this book is old because they refer to George H.W. Bush as still being alive.
He's alive in our hearts.
No, he is dead in my heart because I've been looking forward to his death for a long time.
Fair enough.
This one is about George W. Bush, said by Maureen Dowd in 2000. He struggles to exude authority. He furrows his brow, trying to look more sagacious, but he ends up looking as if he has indigestion. Appearing confused at his own speech, he seems like a first-grade actor in a production of James and the Giant Peach. Are his blinks Morse code for, "Oh man, don't let that teleprompter break"?
More endowed than who?
Maureen Dowd, I said. The New York Times columnist.
Yeah, more endowed.
Well, I mean, she probably is more endowed than a lot of these people.
I'm more endowed.
Oh, here's a good one. Hunter S. Thompson. This goofy child president we have on our hands now.
Oh, that's mild for Hunter.
Well, yeah, I know, but keep in mind I had to keep them a little bit mild for this book.
My favorite story of Hunter S. Thompson is when Johnny Depp was doing a case study on him to like do Fear and Loathing, and so he's like he goes to interview the guy at like one point, and Hunter S. Thompson's like, "Yeah, come on in. I'm in the basement." And so Johnny Depp goes in the basement, and Hunter S. Thompson's sitting on a keg of dynamite smoking a cigarette.
They don't have a name for this one, but quoted from Fred I. Greenstein in a book about Bush's presidency, an unnamed congressman wrote, "He's as smart as he wants to be."
That's a compliment, isn't it?
It's one of the comments where it's left ambiguous for a reason. George Bush does have the vision thing, not because he's an aficionado of policy, but because he holds that if a leader does not set his own goals, others will set them for him. That's the same writer. One of the myths about George Bush is that he's stupid. He's not, but he is not curious. That's not a myth. That's absolutely true. He wants to know about as much as he needs to know to make a decision and then move on.
Yeah, sounds accurate. Now, a question. When you go to the W section, do they have the most important quote about George H.W. Bush?
H.W. or W?
W, sorry.
I'm in there right now.
Now, I need the quote, "George Bush doesn't care about black people" by Kanye West.
They sadly do not have that.
That is a robbery.
I was elected to lead, not to read. True. Here we have Obama, and for obvious reasons, Obama has a bunch of semi-racist ones in his What Others Said.
Buck Obama. Like that type of shit?
Actually, no, he only has one, and it's from Sarah Palin, who I don't care enough about to read.
I can see Russia from my house, Sarah Palin.
Yeah, which she never actually said that, sadly, but it does sound like something she'd say.
Who cares if she didn't say it?
Now, this one is from Jimmy Carter about right-wing attacks on Obama. I think it's based on racism. There's an inherent feeling among many in this country that an African American should not be president.
I mean, that he might as well just said they're scared black people are going to fuck their wives.
That is usually what it is, yeah.
So we've clearly moved on so fucking much.
Antifa is coming to your house. They're gonna fuck your mom. Your mom is gonna enjoy getting fucked by them.
These guys really don't want their mothers to have sexual pleasure.
Yeah, one time my mom said something about, like, what? I'm not allowed to be a sexual being? And I was just like, no. I don't want to think about that ever.
Everyone's allowed to be a sexual being, Larry.
Sure. Over there where I can't see it or think about it.
I mean, but you're over here. Like, you could think about her just doing it over there.
I don't want to think about it at all. We need a volume 2 for that book. I'm sure there is one. I got this as a gift and I never bothered to get the other, but I'm sure that they have an updated one with Trump and Biden and such. And Trump. My God.
What?
Just we did the Grover Cleveland non-consecutive terms thing, man. I didn't think I'd live to see one of those.
I mean, really?
Yeah, I thought that was going to be a fluke of history.
No.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying I never thought it would ever happen again. I just think that fucking Mango Mussolini was going to be the one to pull it off.
I'm weirdly just so not surprised with all the shit that happens with Trump. It's terrible, but it's not like surprising to me.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't like flabbergasted when he won. I was just like, oh, damn. I figured that if there was going to be another Grover Cleveland situation, it would be someone who declined to run for a second term and then later came back. I didn't think it would be someone who lost and then came back and won again.
I expected the internet to do weird things to politics, and I think that's a great example. Misinformation's a bitch.
You know, there used to be, someone on Twitter pointed this out the other day, there used to be a general understanding that if you lost an election, that was your one chance and you didn't get to come back.
What?
Like, well, there were exceptions, like Nixon, obviously. But, like when Mitt Romney lost in 2012 and they were first discussing the 2016 primary, like in 2014, let's say, before Trump got involved, nobody was saying Mitt Romney should be the nominee. He came close last time.
Well, that's just because the DNC is a bunch of fucking stupid politicians.
Well, that was the RNC, but yeah.
Oh, sure, yeah.
But like now, now anytime a fucking Democrat loses next election cycle, the Democrats, like the presumptive front runner, is always said to be whoever lost last time. And yeah, Mitt Romney, he didn't come close, but it was still 51-49. So,
I mean, but what about 47%?
Yeah, that is true. I still can't fucking believe he said that.
Why? He's a Mormon. He can say the crazy.
Well, let me rephrase. I can't believe he said that to a room full of donors who know better.
Mitt Romney literally believes that in 1978,
God changed his mind about black people. That is assuming that Mitt Romney authentically believes in Mormonism, which is a big if.
I feel like with Mormonism, these motherfuckers are so indoctrinated. I do lean on the side that they believe it.
Only the Democrats could lose to a Republican. Yeah, like John Kerry, there's another one. Nobody in 2008 was suggesting that John Kerry should be the nominee. No one said Al Gore should be in 2004, and that one is defensible because Al Gore literally had that election stolen from him.
Al Gore should have been president, but like...
I fucking hate Al Gore too for various reasons, but like in a just world, the 2000 election would have ended with a Jan 6 led by Al Gore.
No, in a just world, you can't have a Jan 6, dude.
Well, you know what I mean. I will not vote for Kamala again. That's just insulting. Hey, I didn't vote for her last time. I voted for Tim Walz.
Balls to the walls?
Yeah, I voted for Kamala to overdose on Xanax 6 months into the presidency.
Dude, I'm not voting for a fucking cop. Like, I don't know what to tell
Oh,
you.
no, I agree.
I'm not
That's
voting
why
for
I voted for Tim Walz.
Sorry, that's a hard one to swallow. Not voting for a cop.
Yeah, I'm technically she's a prosecutor, not a cop, but yeah, same thing.
Okay, yeah. Okay, if I have to get technical for the sake of conversation, I will. I'm not voting for anyone who put innocent black people in jail for goddamn marijuana charges. Get every single one of them out of jail, and then maybe we can talk about you having a career in the presidency.
True. Maybe Ro Khanna. Yeah, Ro Khanna, I've had issues with him in the past just being too conciliatory to the mainstream Dems, but I will say Ro Khanna is the only one of them with any fucking balls at the moment. Walz has been disappointing. Yeah, he didn't... I don't think he's a bad person, but I don't think he met the moment properly with the Minneapolis shit.
I mean, what would you rather he had done?
Like, I think he should have been way more aggressive in his rhetoric about, like, get these motherfuckers out of my state, fuck you all to death. Like, I will be deploying the National Guard to block entranceways. Like, he should have been more aggressive.
Anyone to death anymore.
What'd you say?
Maybe we shouldn't be fucking anyone to death anymore when I hear you.
Well, you know what I mean. It's a phrase that South Park taught me that has unfortunately infiltrated my vocabulary.
I like when like South Park was like, all right, Trump's doing too much shit and I need Garrison back. So I gotta do some magic real quick. Like, you're giving me Garrison back. And I'm like, all right, we'll just have Trump be Trump. Fuck it.
I'd say the worst candidate I was ever forced to vote for was Hillary Clinton, and I only did that because I fucking despise Jill Stein. Huh. And also, I don't despise Gary Johnson personally so much as I think that he's fucking stupid.
I'd rather stupid than another fucking Clinton, but
no, I agree. I know, it's just that like Gary Johnson had too many fucking right-wing libertarian positions for me.
At least he was open about him and not just going to do that veiled thing where he supports all the corporate interests anyway.
Yeah, he's a much more honest person, but I was also just like, I don't know, man. I can't fucking vote for a guy who didn't know who Harriet Tubman was. I can't do it.
I mean, this is one of those times where it's like, I wish I could agree, but I feel like most people are just so uneducated at this point. I don't even know where to feel about that.
I mean, obviously, like, most people don't know much about slavery or whatever, but Harriet Tubman is, like, a thing that, at least as far as I know, pretty much every kid is taught. Like, they might be taught a very simplified version of her story, but...
Where's he from?
Where is Gary Johnson from? He also didn't know what Aleppo was, which was fucking horrifying.
That's a little rough.
He was born in North Dakota. Let's see, was he raised
there?
Yeah,
so like he clearly gets a great education in fucking North Dakota.
Still, nah, dude, fuck you. If you're running for president, you got to know Harriet Tubman. Harriet Tubman is a very basic piece of U.S. history.
You should. I'm not disagreeing with you. The bar is low. That's why we need him.
Ro Khanna goes everywhere. Web shows, TV. Reach out. Maybe he'll pop up here. Maybe he did interview with Vosh. So,
Ro, talk with us about Seneca Village.
Yeah, like. While he has infuriated me, I respect not infuriated me. While he has frustrated me at times with his being too conciliatory to mainstream Dems, I appreciate the fact that Ro Khanna believes that pedophilia is bad and will dig his fucking heels in on that stance.
Such a low bar.
It is. Well, I don't know. The relentless advocacy he has done for the Epstein survivors is beyond the bare minimum. Like, so I give him credit for that.
Oh yeah, no. Oh no, he gets credit. I'm just saying, God, look how fucking low our bar is for picking our political leaders.
Like, yeah, it really is true. Like in 2016, thanks to Bernie Sanders, whether or not Medicare for all should be passed was like a mainstream political talking point. Now we're down to like Well, our candidate visited Epstein's Island fewer times.
Yeah, that is such a low fucking bar.
Like, we've decayed just in a decade, man.
Like, I to also use a South Park quote. Where is my country gone? Like,
Yeah, where my fucking country gone,
where
man?
my country gone? Like, what the fuck, dude? Like,
Like, what fucking Hillary, like, let's be real, stole the nomination from Bernie. I at the time, and granted, I was a little less fucking informed then than I am now, but I was like, all right, well, at least if she's president, maybe we can bully her into getting a fucking public option in the ACA. But then, like, Biden comes along, and I'm like, you're putting a fucking corpse in front of me? He can't talk. He visibly doesn't know where he is.
he was the second guy to Obama, though.
Okay, that's cool, I guess. I mean, not really, but, like, whatever.
But he was the second guy to Obama, though. Did I mention he was the second guy to Obama?
Yeah, I was very entertained by the Obama-Biden memes throughout all of his presidency, but good memes do not a good president make.
Man, back when, like, if you typed in Joe Biden on Google, it would just be him in that one hallway doing weird shit with Obama that one time.
Or that one photo of them sitting on the couches in the Oval Office having the serious discussion.
Yeah, it would be like that or that. And that's all it ever was. Oh.
The Dems hate us. Despite that, I keep voting for them. Come on, throw me a bone, guys. Yeah, that's true. They're not getting my fucking vote again unless they give me someone like bare minimum Tim Walz.
I haven't been getting my fucking vote for a minute, folks. Like, that's fuck that. What are you complacency and accepting the shit they feed us?
Yeah, it really is great that I've gotten to vote in a general 3 times, and all 3 times it's been for the worst fucking candidate they could find.
Don't you see, Stan? It's always the douche and a turd. I mean, sorry, I don't want to be that guy who, like, seems like his entire political view is ran by South Park, because, to be clear, those are just those are the elder millennial version of the Rick and Morty heads.
Yeah.
Same type of person.
They give me Newsom, I'm voting Green Party. Same if the Green Party gives me someone good. If they don't, then I'm just leaving that square blank.
That's pretty much what it comes to.
Because I will never vote for a Republican. Like, you can even make harm reduction arguments
never?
Never.
I mean, I'd vote if they had a party switch again.
Well, yeah, of course, but like barring something like that.
I'm just saying, there's a way.
You know what the fuck I meant, said Pooh.
Yeah, but it's God damn it, context matters.
Okay, barring some kind of insanity like a party switch, the Republicans as they have existed since Nixon, I will never vote for them under any circumstances, no matter fucking what. Like even if the Republicans put up like Mitt Romney or someone comparatively sane, and the Democrats literally put up the corpse of Hitler, like, well, I'm leaving that square blank. I will never give a Republican my vote. Not ever. Fuck you all.
Someone puts up the corpse of Hitler and you're still voting. I don't know, man.
Well, true, yeah. I actually, though, in the early days of the latest Republican primary, when it looked like fucking DeSantis might be a challenger, thanks to being registered independent in the great state of Massachusetts, I can get whichever ballot I want during primary season, baby.
That's me every time.
Yeah. I considered whether or not it was going to be necessary to get a Republican ballot and vote for Trump for the primary just to keep Ron DeSantis off the ballot. But ultimately it didn't come to that because the voters took one look at Ron DeSantis and said, absolutely fucking not.
That's a reasonable way to try to use your vote. And I do support it, but...
Vote JD, he's less dangerous. Now, see, that's as funny as that is. No, I will never, like, even if it comes down to Newsom versus JD Vance, I'm just staying home. I'm not giving either of those fucking ghouls my vote.
Bro,
Had to register as Dem in my state to vote in the primary. Yeah, that sucks. Fucking Massachusetts is one of the ones that lets you get whichever one you want if you're independent.
Yeah, JD Vance. I'm the bro. Voting JD Vance is a problem. No.
Yeah, I mean he's joking, I assume, because the LOL at the end. But
yeah, no, I know.
Yeah, no, like JD Vance, who is going to be president because there is no fucking way Trump lives till 28. Yeah, no, JD Vance, luckily for us, has 1 health point. He's at 1% HP, and like a fucking breeze that's too hard can take him down.
Man, I'm really hoping Trump just hangs on until right after office. It's been done.
Yeah, but then if you get that, then he's going to try to run again, and the fucking strongly worded letter from Chuck Schumer is going to not deter him.
Okay, but think about this. So he decides to run. A bunch of his base go for him. Then they get disenfranchised when he dies mid-fucking campaign. They all feel like fucking shit. And then people can swoop in and take their impoverished asses to the cleaners and fucking make them realize they're in a cult.
That's what I think is going to happen when Vance takes over. Because Vance does not carry the fucking personality cult, because rarely does a personality cult survive the death of its leader.
Well, it does if it's planned to transition. But
it's not.
Yeah. Like
they literally asked Trump in an interview, "Do you consider JD Vance your successor?" And he said no.
Alex, see you finished Fallout, you had said.
No, I didn't. I never started it.
Oh no.
Alex.
Alex said that.
Yeah, true. Vance does not carry the flame.
There is no flame.
No, he's referencing that fucking AI generated "We Are Charlie Kirk" song.
Oh no! I said there's no flame. There's a hole in his neck.
We are Charlie Kirk.
Yeah, no, I listen. I do love the synth dubstep remixes and like all the goddamn club tunes with it way more than I should.
But by the way, Nick, I'm showing the stream this because I'm gonna give one of these to you next time I see you because I have an extra. This thing's got a lighter built in. Look at that. Isn't that fucking cool?
I get a gift, and that's sick. I get a gift.
I mean, it doesn't like work that well, but hey, it was for some reason cheaper to buy 2 of these than it was to buy 1. So I was like, I'll just give the other to Nick, and it's been sitting under my bed waiting for me to come visit you.
Oh my god, fuck yeah! Well, we gotta actually fix that, and we can like.
Like I said, it does not work very well, but it's okay.
Listen, it's like. It works in a dire time. I have used a raw spaghetti on an electric stove to light a candle, of course.
Well, yeah, there's always the joke: give some stoners a bunch of weed and nothing to smoke out of, and they turn into NASA engineers.
I mean, it's important that people have creativity.
I actually, and I think Alex remembers this because he was there, Mom Spaghetti. When we went to our friend's bachelor party long weekend back last summer, I brought some joints, and I didn't bring my normal lighter because I was like, this lighter will work fine. And then it didn't have enough charge, and I didn't have a cable to charge it. So I was like fucking strategizing, like, can I light this on the electric stove? Can I shine a light from the kitchen through a magnifying glass? Like, I was going Bill Nye with that shit.
Here's a fun survival thing. Keep a candle in your car regardless.
Yeah, but I wasn't with my car. We all arrived in the same car. That was not mine.
Yeah, I could give you a couple solutions. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter because my friend was like, fuck it, don't bother.
Don't bother.
Yeah, I was like on edge that whole fucking trip because like we're doing all kinds of crazy shit I've never done before. And then when I got home and got to smoke weed for the first time in like 5 days, I was like, oh, now I feel better.
Was it that wild of a trip?
Well, between not getting to smoke weed for 5 fucking days, which I'm not used to, and like going zip lining and being out of my fucking state. Because we were in Maine, so it's like, oh shit, if there's a family emergency, I am really fucked.
I should have never gone ziplining.
Yeah, well, we did make that joke many times. We did not have the bad lobster. You did because you, Alex, spent $30 on a lobster roll, not knowing what a lobster roll was, and then you were shocked by the outcome.
First of all, it's a po' boy, not a lobster roll, which gives a bit of a different implication.
Yeah, but he's fucking spelling it. He's saying it wrong. I remember it. It was a lobster roll.
Oh, there's beef. There's beef.
No, there's lobster.
Doesn't sound like good lobster. Where was this? Or like
Some place in Maine.
Oh.
It wasn't. This is what he said at the time. It wasn't that the lobster was bad. It was just that he expected something more fanciful than a dinner roll filled with lobster chunks.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, that's on you.
That's a lobster roll.
And then he's like, I don't know. It just isn't what I expected. And I'm like, if you didn't know what a lobster roll was, why'd you spend $30 on it? On a gamble?
Well, because if it was $30, it had to be good type of logic, I'd assume.
If I'm spending $30 on a meal, it better be the best goddamn meal I've ever eaten in my fucking life. And that means that I'm not going with something that I don't know what it is.
Your life is $30?
If I'm spending $30 on one fucking meal, yes.
Good steak is expensive, my friend.
Yeah, I know. And that's why I don't usually get steak at a restaurant. I'd love to, but it's not worth the money.
I mean, even buying outside a restaurant, you're talking a decent steak, like $20 a pound.
True, but if we're talking pounds of meat, we're talking serving multiple people.
Well, no, I'm talking 1 pound steak, we'll say. So that's $20. Then you got to add in your veggies and such. I'm going to say another $5. If you have a salad, I mean, that's like another $3. And that's just for the resources. Doesn't include the cooking at all, any of the oils or the accoutrements. The seasoning.
Well, I don't know about you, but generally a 1 pound steak is going to serve me more than one plate full of food.
I'm a big boy, but I mean, 1 or 2. I mean, it depends.
Yeah, because because that's the thing too, is when you go to a restaurant, unless it's a buffet or like some special case, you get 1 plate full of food. So if it was $30, but I get 3 helpings of steak, that's different.
Why would you get 3 fucking helpings of steak?
Because I'm a fat fuck, dude.
Clearly not that fat if you can't eat a 1 pound steak without having.
No, I can eat a 1 pound steak, but I'm not eating it all on a plate at once. I'm eating like a third of it, and then I go and get another third of it.
That's not eating a 1 pound steak.
Well, it is. You're just eating it in 3 pieces.
That's eating a third of a steak 3 times.
Yeah, so you're eating the same fucking steak. You're just eating it in 3 pieces.
That's like me saying that because like over the course of my life, I've eaten so much meat that I could eat 200 pounds of meat. It's like, not really.
Also, I thought it'd be more than a lobster on a hot dog roll I could have bought at Walmart. I thought the bread would be good and there'd be like sauce on it or something. Well, yeah, like I said, that's why. Well, I think he means like buttered, like melted butter or something. But like, yeah, don't.
You got some tartar on the side, I guess.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna gamble that much money on a meal I might not like. If I'm spending that much money, I'm getting something that I have a reasonable degree of certainty I'll like.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Now, it doesn't have to be like
the greatest meal ever in my life.
Like, I'm not going full Spurg Lord, I have to eat the same thing every day. What I'm saying is, like, all right, if I'm in the $30 section of the menu, I'm getting the chicken sandwich. Because that way, all right, I know what a chicken sandwich is. How much could they possibly fuck it up?
If I'm in the $30 section, I'm getting something I can't make myself. I'm like, yeah, bro, let me get that fucking calamari fusion dish. I don't know.
Well, part of it is also that when you grow up with my mom, who was literally a restaurant owner, professional chef at one point, the steak you can get at home is better than the steak you'll get at most restaurants you go to.
I'm just saying, if you do the calculations, a good steak meal at home costs in resources $30 plus the cooking and all that. You can't expect the chefs and the entire wait staff to work for free.
At least I wasn't the one who got food poisoning. Yeah, that was true. One of our friends ate something that fucked up his gut, and he was like shitting his pants every fucking couple hours for the whole trip.
Was he white?
We were all white.
Weak genes.
Yeah, I don't know what he ate. It's weird too, because the friend I'm thinking of in particular has like an iron stomach. Like he can eat fucking anything. So I'm like, what did he eat that fucked up his stomach?
Damn. I mean, yeah, true. Sure. I mean, gotta be something. I mean, I make
Like I don't have
so.
yeah, like I don't have the strongest stomach, but like most foods aren't gonna horrifically upset my stomach.
Oh, I literally have like the worst stomach ever, and it has nothing to do with food. So I just eat whatever I want.
Yeah, I'm shocked by how much shit you'll eat given how fucked up your stomach can get with ease.
It's like, what is it gonna do? Yeah, where? It's like, okay, it's kind of like that. What are you gonna do? Ground me? The grounded kid says, like, there ain't really.
Oh, whitest kids you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you gonna do? Send me to my room?
So yeah, no, I'll eat the wildest of things. I mean, I make all my own condiments and sauces and shit too. So like, fuck it.
I remember back when Simpsons was good, meaning like the early to mid '90s and later. But this episode was from like 1996, let's say. You know the one where Bart shoplifts, right?
I don't think so. Also, folks, this is just a PSA. If you saw someone steal food,
no, you didn't.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
Yeah,
that's simple.
True.
You messed up.
Somebody stealing food is like, all right, they're desperate. I'm going to assume that I made a mistake.
If I see someone taking food, I have to get my eyes checked because I am messing up. I clearly misunderstood.
My stomach has gotten better because street vendor food builds you up. That is true. So do you remember the Simpsons episode where Bart gets peer pressured into shoplifting the video game and it fucks up his relationship with Marge and everything?
He shoplifted a video game? My boy, that's got trackers and everything.
Not in 1996, it didn't.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, go on.
Also, he didn't even succeed at doing it. He got peer pressured into trying.
Well, that's what I mean. It's like you won't succeed starting like with there.
Anyway, in that episode, at the beginning, he gets into some other trouble. Oh yeah, I remember. They went on a field trip to the police station, and he rigged up like 100 megaphones in a row, and it sent off such a big shockwave that it broke all the windows and shit.
I do remember this.
So when they get home, his parents are yelling at him, and he goes, "I know, I'll go to my room and think about what I did." And then Homer goes, "Oh no, your room's full of your toys. You're going in the garage." So then he sends him to the garage, and then they're talking about what do we do about Bart. And in the background, you see Bart ride by on the sidewalk on a fucking riding lawnmower.
That's great.
Or maybe it was a snowblower or something. The point, some kind of rideable yard work thing that he stole out of his parents' garage.
This is the type of shit I have to fucking read for my book.
Hang on. Can I? Nope, that's not it. The Horse in 2 manuscripts of... I can't even fucking read that.
Oh, let's see here. Ibn Bakshitu Kitab Manafi al-Hayawan.
I have not fucking read whatever you're reading.
It's a bunch of fucking old horse text, my boy.
Speaking of old text and things not strictly having to do with horses, but with like Arab and African cultures, have you read the book The Mirage by Matt Ruff?
I don't think so, but the name sounds familiar.
Well, it's the author who he wrote it before, but he wrote Lovecraft Country.
Oh, okay.
Awesome book, by the way. Got turned into an equally awesome TV show that has the unfortunate distinction of starring Jonathan Majors, but they didn't know that.
Who's Jonathan Majors?
The guy who played Kang in the Marvel movies, who got fired because he beat the fuck out of his girlfriend.
Oh, was he Kang in the Loki TV show?
Yes. Yeah, he was in both.
I'm just gonna throw out there. I've always felt like he looks like discount Kid Cudi. Can I have you pull up a picture of Kid Cudi and see if I'm crazy? Because like Jonathan Majors looks like Kid Cudi if Kid Cudi was at home.
I don't think they look that alike.
You don't think that second photo?
Hang on, I'm pulling up Jonathan Majors for comparison. Can I get a picture of him that's actually big, please? Yeah, that'll do.
So like, I don't know why. He just always makes me think of Kid Cudi.
Maybe, I don't know. It's a real shame because he's a fucking amazing actor. Like, clearly, he acted like he wasn't an asshole for several years. But then he fucking pissed away his reputation but with domestic abuse, and now, as Alex is pointing out, he is starring in a Daily Wire movie.
I mean, he clearly conquered something.
He conquered his own reputation.
Exactly. He conquered his own success.
He and Zachary Levi are doing what Daily Wire describes as an anti-woke version of Sinners, and I'm like, so it's pro-Klan? Like, what do you mean by anti-woke Sinners? That's kind of not Sinners anymore.
I feel like anti-woke Sinners is like you pretty much okay. You're gonna take Norse. I don't know what characters they have that are vampire-ish, but you're gonna take those.
Probably.
And you're gonna take a dude who looks like Chris Hemsworth, and you're gonna have him be like the upstanding guy who is the he's just the version of the old black guy.
Yeah.
And then you just act like you're like everything's Viking and everything's white. And then when they have that moment where they're like, it's like, oh fuck, this is Celtic and evil, you'll probably just make it Jewish or something. I don't know.
So if they're brothers but different races, isn't that even more woke? Yeah, arguably. They're doing a fucking woke reboot of Twins, the Arnold Schwarzenegger, Danny DeVito movie.
For some reason, I was thinking, what the fuck is the movie with Andre 3000? Four Brothers?
Maybe?
It's got Andre 3000 and Mark Wahlberg and
yeah, Four Brothers.
Not to be confused with Two Brothers, which is one of the greatest Rick and Morty bits to ever exist. I don't fucking care.
I saw fucking something the other day. Like I think it was like I was at the mall and they had like a marquee for a movie or whatever, but it was some like the movie theater near me, in addition to real movies, has a ton of like terrible fake ones.
Yeah.
Like they had fucking Matt Walsh's fake ass documentary and everything.
Oh, nice.
So I check that app like pretty much every day to see, oh, what's coming out soon. And I get inundated with movies that look like fake movies from within other movies. And there was a movie that I think it might not have been 2, it might have been 3 or whatever, but it was literally called like Three Brothers or whatever.
Yeah, I know. It's good.
It might have even been called Two Brothers. I forget.
I mean, honestly, I really hope it was the Rick and Morty Two Brothers.
And then I think it was Two Brothers.
And what are you going to do then? Two Brothers.
Anyway, before we go. So Matt Ruff, before he wrote Lovecraft Country, he wrote a book called The Mirage. And I recommend you read it. It's from like 2012, let's say, because it's an alternate universe where history progressed very differently, and the Arab world is the secular, progressive first world, and the Western world is the shitty, religious, theocratic third world.
That sounds fun. I can't read it until I finish my project because I refuse to read anything that could bleed into what I'm doing. But
good thinking. A movie whose title is the easiest question to answer. It's yes. True. Yeah, it's a cool book because it's like that's the real world. No, it isn't. It's the other way around. So, like in this world, because it takes place I don't even remember which country it takes place in, because in this world, the whole Middle East, like the US, is like one big country. So Syria and Jordan and shit are just like different states, effectively. And so it's about like FBI agents. I mean, they're called something else, obviously, but basically the FBI investigating Christian terrorist attacks. And it's all steeped in like the post 9/11 propaganda and like conspiracism and anxiety and fear and everything. Though in this world, because the date system is different, it's 11/9.
Makes sense.
It happened on November 9th rather than September 11th. But there's a great bit in it where they are pursuing one of their terror suspects. And, like, I think he tried to set up a bomb, he failed, so they're like shooting it out, fighting their way through a public street.
Okay.
And the fight spills into whatever their equivalent of Target is, like some big box department store.
Sure.
And the main character, he's got his gun out, he's sneaking through the aisles looking for the guy, and he's in the electronics section, electronics and media and everything.
Sure.
And there's two sides to the aisle. On one side, there's a big wall of TVs playing some. Obviously, his name isn't Arnold Schwarzenegger, but their version of The Governator. Playing one of his old 90s movies where he's killing a bunch of stereotypical Christian terrorists. And then on the other side of the aisle is blasting Green Desert's hit song, Arabian Idiot.
I want to be an
Arabian Idiot.
Wait, so who plays that?
Like, it's just playing in the store.
Did they have an artist?
Oh, Green Desert is the name.
Green Desert, I like. Okay.
And the protagonist for the scene kind of narrates that even amongst this tense scene, he momentarily internally chuckles at the irony of that song playing in the same aisle as a jingoistic right-wing action movie. Yeah, there's a ton of like funny little names for stuff, like the health insurance he gets is called Blue Crescent. I think the international medical aid thing is called Red Crescent instead of Red Cross, but I might be making that up. Saddam Hussein is not a government official. He's like a mobster. Like, he's basically their equivalent of like Whitey Bulger or something.
Doesn't that still make him a government official? Hey-o.
He has a lot of power, but he's not literally a government official.
I'm just saying, let's not forget Whitey Bulger was a government informant. But
yeah, well, they do strongly imply, if not outright state, that mobster Saddam Hussein has government contacts.
Okay, cool. Okay, so he is Whitey Bulger. Cool.
Yeah, like he or like Al Capone. I didn't say Al Capone because the era's wrong, but like, yeah, he's like a
syphilis.
What?
They gave Saddam Hussein syphilis?
I mean, he might have had it. Who knows? Anyway, it's just the Wikipedia actually doesn't even describe the plot of the book. It just describes the setting of the book, which is kind of good because it means you can't accidentally spoil it for yourself. But yeah, it's a fucking awesome book. There's some really cool shit in there. Like Lovecraft Country, I can't believe it was written by a fucking white guy and not an Arab.
I mean, all it takes is someone to be self-aware, and then next thing you know, they can actually write.
That's true, but it's like with Lovecraft Country, it goes beyond self-awareness, and it goes to like shit that I'm shocked a white guy knows. Like, damn, this guy clearly did years of research for this book about like black culture in this time and place, you know?
Oh yeah, I mean the guy's clearly educated, but
I love it. It's just like when I read Lovecraft Country, I assumed the author was black, and then it was like some fucking pudgy 50-something white dude. I was like, oh shit.
It just goes to show what white people can do when they actually research and care about racial relations.
Yeah, and he did it with two different races too. Well, actually, he did it with many different races because there are many races at play in The Mirage because it's the entire Arab world.
This sounds very interesting, and I am not touching this with a 10-foot pole until I'm done.
True. There's a bit in there that they talk about how, like...
Don't tell me about this book, no!
No, this isn't a plot point. This is just something funny that I think you'll appreciate. When they have one of their suspects in custody, they mention how a suspect in custody has the right to have a holy book of his choosing present during questioning.
See, I don't want to discuss the book, my guy.
Okay. Anyway, they acknowledge the fact that there are a million versions of the Bible. That's all I'll say.
Man, here's, I don't want to discuss it, says, so 5 more words, right? No,
I'm not saying any spoilers. I'm just saying
I don't care what you're discussing. I don't want to discuss it at all. No.
The author is smarter than most authors who write a book like this.
No, talk about something else. No.
All right, I'll end the fucking show tonight with the way I got fucking woken up this morning. Or actually, not got woken up. I just woke up when I was going to wake up. Somewhere in the night, somehow without me hearing it, my dog fucking threw up on my couch.
Why'd you throw up on your dog's couch?
I didn't. Suki threw up on. Well, it is her couch. Let's be real. She threw up on it for some reason. Now, luckily, there's a blanket there, so it absorbed the worst of the impact. But
oh, I mean, that's nice when like it's not ruined.
Well, it's also my old shitty couch that is already covered in stains, so I don't super care. It was just like I woke up and I'm like getting up, putting on my clothes, and I look over, what the fuck is that on my couch? And then I turn on the light and it's like a big pile of half digested fur and shit. It's like,
well, obviously the most important question, how is she feeling?
well, like she always does immediately afterwards, she's fine and wants a treat.
Did she get one?
I don't know.
Oh my god, this is heinous. This is heinous.
It really is Suki's house and I just live in it. It really fucking is. This is her bedroom, her couch.
She is the master of the domain.
You know what? It's better if we just acknowledge it.
I mean, she is named after the moon for a reason. Because she orbits you with her greatness.
Yeah, kind of. My mom had some like long ass fucking name that is technically her full name but got shortened to Suki, and I don't remember what it is.
Tsukiyomi no Jutsu.
It was like Sakara Anani something, like some actual Inuit words that my mom fucking looked up and strung together. I don't remember what they are.
Dogs named after Inuit words?
Yeah, because she's like Alaskan. She's a husky.
Bro, that's like if I adopted a kid from fucking Africa and was like,
well,
all right, like,
I don't know if you're aware of this, but dogs are not the same thing as people.
I don't know if you're aware of this. People have been naming dogs like they're people, and also white people treat their dogs with more care than other people of other races with their fur babies. So
that is true.
Fur mom, I'm a dog mom. It's something I have to hear way too often.
Yeah, I mean that we joke about her being the baby, but no, we don't say dog mom or dog whatever in this house. Yeah. We just like.
Oh yeah, no. Like it's that's a trait exclusive to like millennial couples who like want to act like it's equal to raising a child because it makes them feel better.
Someone I know had a fucking baby a few years ago, and one time I actually asked her, how's the skin dog doing?
The skin dog?
No, the skin dog. You know, fur baby, skin dog.
The skin dog sounds like a name for my penis.
I mean, this was a baby boy, so it's not wrong.
Munching on a skin dog.
Yeah, actually, I'll end show with this story, and I won't say anyone's names. For some fucking reason, 3 separate times now, somebody I knew from college and was mildly interested in later went on to have an ill-advised out-of-wedlock child.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like you pick them well.
Well, I didn't like date any of these people. I just thought they were attractive, but...
Oh, fair.
One of them I've told you about was in the class you and I took in college.
Yeah.
They skinned my dog when I was young, not an animal. Yeah, that is true. They did that to me, too.
You know, male circumcision should be considered infant abuse.
Yeah.
It's
barring medical necessity, of course.
Yeah, but it's 2026. I'm pretty sure we can all keep our dicks clean.
Yeah, supposedly, at least at the time, doctors were saying that it decreased risk of penile cancer, but I don't know if that's actually true.
What kind of logic does that make? Oh, let me cut off part of your skin. That'll stop cancer.
Yeah, no, I agree. Though, all that being said, I do like the way my hog looks, the way it is, so.
I mean, I'd rather have more nerves in it.
I mean, I probably would too. Maybe if I'd ever known what it felt like, I'd feel different. But all I know is that I look down and I'm like, nice going there, buddy.
Dog, I just know I got robbed.
Oh, I've been robbed in plenty of other ways in life. I got fucking scoliosis.
It's okay, but that's just life throwing you a curveball.
Yeah. Luckily, I did not get my mom's tooth enamel, which is made of chalk.
Actual chalk?
No, not literally, but like her teeth get fucked up by anything. Like she's had a million cavities, fucking.
Sucks.
Whereas I have never had a cavity in my entire life.
Well, look at Mr. Hoity-toity. I can eat a bunch of candy over here.
Well, part of why I've never had one is because the types of treats I like tend to be ones that aren't as bad for you as candy. Not to say I don't like candy here and there, but like when I think of like, oh fuck yeah, I'm gonna treat myself to a sweet treat, I'm thinking of like, you know, cookies, cakes, like stuff that's still not good for you, but it's not just pure fucking poison for you the way candy is.
Candy doesn't have to be pure poison. We just live in the land of corporate ownership.
Yeah, exactly. Whereas like a cookie I'm gonna go get from a real store and or make myself. So
well, you can get import candy, is what I'm saying.
yeah, that's true. And that's the candies I like tend to be not exactly fancier ones, but like real. Except for Kit Kats. I have a soft spot for Kit Kats.
What about the Japanese Kit Kats?
I would get those if I could.
You can.
Like for a reasonable price, I mean.
Oh my god.
My mom actually special ordered Cadbury mini chocolate eggs from overseas because I guess the American ones changed the recipe recently and they're fucking awful now.
Yes, they did, and they're garbage.
Every woman I know prefers how a cut dick looks. Also, it helps you last longer. Well, that's a fucking skill issue. That second part.
I mean, if it helps you last longer, it's almost like it sounds like it feels better if you don't have it.
Yeah, fucking skill issue. Sorry.
No, right. Like I'm not cutting the baby's dick so we can fuck better later.
Maybe it's just because I have a lot of practice, like having nice long rubs out, but like I have never had a problem lasting. I'll put it that way.
I mean, I know some guys got that problem, but like, dude, you shouldn't be deciding that as a baby for the person. To give them some agency. Fuck.
For a long while, the World Health Organization's official stance is that it has more benefits than drawbacks, but I don't know if that's still true or if it was ever founded to begin with, so whatever.
It's Eurocentric as fuck at the very least.
It doesn't matter because I don't have children and I don't intend to, at least not anytime soon.
Also, I know a lot of women to like address the other point. I know a lot of women in the West do prefer that. Whatever happened to body standards shouldn't be for the attractiveness of another fucking sex. What about me caring about my body for what I think is best?
True. Also, a lot of women prefer it just because men with their fucking snozzle often don't know how to keep it clean.
I mean, also just normalization via exposure.
Yeah, true. It's similarly, I have a friend once who talked about having gay sex and said, like, I always bottom, not because that's the only thing I like, but because I know what goes into the proper prep, and a lot of fucking guys don't do it. Which is really true. I've heard horror stories about what happens.
Put down a towel.
Yeah, well, it's not just that. It's like I don't want to fucking see the result.
I mean, you don't go playing in the mud if you don't expect to need a shower.
I don't usually. In fact, I don't ever.
And there we go.
It's not like I never would. I'm just, I'm perfectly satisfied with the front.
It's like what Billy Ray Cyrus said. Business in the front, party in the back.
It's like Brian Posehn said, the front hole should be called the A-hole because that's where you want to be most of the time. The B-hole does B work.
I mean, either way, everyone should just take showers and wash their bodies. They should have bidets and they should scrub their cocks. It's wild If we all had bidets and we all scrubbed our genitals, we could all live in a world where we wouldn't have to mutilate fucking infants, and we wouldn't have to be as worried that our sexual partners are disgusting deviants who don't know how to be hygienic.
Anal sex is semi-rare, highly sought after, but ultimately not as satisfying as its more common counterparts. In other words, anal sex is the sexual equivalent of Mr. Pibb. Mamdani is the first New York mayor to wash his ass. That's true.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, he cleaned his ass.
Or at least to wash it via bidet. Maybe the others washed it in the shower. I don't know.
Yeah, sure, but how regularly are they doing that? Clean your ass.
I'd hope every day, minimum.
Well, I mean, you gotta clean your ass a little more. Just clean your ass.
I'm serious about the Mr. Pibb thing. When I finally got to try Mr. Pibb, I was like, yeah, it's all right.
You're serious about the Mr. Pibb thing? Did you just say you never had anal? You're like, but I'm serious. This is the comparison I'm staking on.
Yes.
I'm treating that the way that the Hurt Locker treats a package, because I'm not unpacking that.
I had a bunch of coworkers fucking lose their shit once because I said that Dr. Pepper was like the hand job of sodas.
You're fucking insane.
Because, like, it's decent if there's nothing else, but, like, it's not my favorite.
Okay, so in your mind, what's the ultimate soda here?
Like, the soda equivalent of, like, very good normal sex?
First of all, every time you say normal sex, it's weird. Second of all, the idea of very good normal sex sounds so fucking, like, lame.
Like, vaginal, no fucking, like, tricks, no BDSM, no fucking toys at play, like, just regular-ass sex?
Fucking high school? Okay, I guess.
Well, yeah, like, for a basic baseline is what you're saying? My soda equivalent
to... No, it's fuck is what I'm saying, but go on.
Well, I'm talking, like, baseline minimum. Baseline first time you fuck a new person. Asked,
what do you think is the ultimate? And this is where your head went. So
well, I don't know what the ultimate fucking soda is. I know that my soda equivalent for good sex is like a really high quality root beer.
Okay.
Or ginger beer, as Alex is saying.
Hold on, what? Was that ginger ale or ginger beer? I couldn't read that.
Ginger ale, but ginger beer as well.
Ginger ale is good. I mean, how are we feeling about like say like a Spanish Jalisco soda? You know, like some cane sugar.
Well, I haven't. Well, I mean, I've probably had cane sugar sodas before, but I've never had Spanish Jalisco soda.
It's like a better version of Goya sodas.
Yeah, like I said, if we're talking just the baseline for like a soda I could get pretty much anywhere, then like a good root beer.
Just Dr. Pepper is the hand job of sodas. It's so disrespectful.
Well, yeah, because it's not my favorite, but if it's the best option available, I'll happily drink it.
How often are you like, oh, an old fashioned, best option available, I guess?
Well, usually I don't drink soda, frankly, because I just don't like most sodas enough.
I'm wondering how often is it like, all right, I guess you could only get a hand job. Like, that's never actually happened to me.
I mean, if we're talking like in high school, that was pretty common.
Well, that's more just, it sounds like boys rushing to get shit done.
Yeah, or sometimes you get the whole like, no, my fucking teeth hurt. I don't feel like sucking you off, but I'll jerk you off or whatever. Like, I don't know. It happens.
What a world in which we live, man.
Or like, I don't really feel like getting naked, so I'll just fucking. Especially with teenagers, that happens a lot.
The lives we live are always so unique and interesting. I love that.
I don't know, man. You're better at getting women to drop their fucking panties. Fucking
not even like that. It's more just like, it's just never covers like, Oh, guess I'll just have to jerk you off.
Well, in my case, it's more like she starts doing what she's doing, and I'm not gonna like make demands. Like, I'm just happy to be involved.
I'm just happy to be here.
No, literally, whenever people are like, "What's your favorite position?" I'm like, "Dude, I'm just fucking happy to be involved. I'm not picky. Unless it hurts my back, I'll deal with anything."
What's your favorite position? That's cool with me. It's not my favorite, but I do it for you. Back when Jack Black was a cool person that actually made cool music.
Yeah, and hadn't fucking pissed away his friendship with Kyle Gass over the Trump jokes so that he could keep being in shit-ass Minecraft movies.
And then, like, apparently they're coming back, but it's just because everyone's like, Jack, you're a piece of shit, and we hate you for this.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I get that he was kind of freaked out, but how quickly he fucking jumped on the, "Oh, I disavow that," was really pathetic.
And it's like, I get that, like, he always hooks up KG, but, like, let's be real, dude. He also got launched at the stardom by Tenacious D.
Yeah, seriously. And also, he's your friend. You owe him that much.
He's your fucking friend. Where's the loyalty?
Anyway, I want to go watch The Pit very badly, so I'm going to go do that. Well, it was that time 2 hours ago, but I like doing the show as well, so.
Fair. Oh, no, I meant it's time for you to go watch the sad show.
It's not sad. Well, sometimes it's sad, but not always. All shows are sad sometimes.
Oh, one last thing.
Yes.
They canceled Smiling Friends.
Yeah, I know.
Well,
they didn't cancel it. The two creators decided to not do it anymore.
Those two dudes, they're like, we're done with our show.
They did say that they are open to coming back to it in the future if they have the right desire and idea. So it's not like we'll never see it again. It's that, like, for now, there's only 2 more episodes.
Honestly, I was just getting tired of all the fans of that show at this point, so I'm just kind of happy that they're going to shut the fuck up for a bit.
Yeah. We are getting 2 more before the end, though. I think on...
Yeah, but they're non sequiturs.
Well, yeah, but my point is, like, we are getting a little mini finale.
Not finales. Just episodes.
Well, yeah. A send-off. An informal send-off.
Yeah, true. And we can have a watch party. It's a callback. All right, folks.
We will see you on Tuesday, where we will talk about whatever fucking catastrophe has happened in the world in the time between now and then.
Unless we get blown up. Hopefully that don't happen.
Canceled Smiling Friends, thanks, Trump. You know what? That's not fucking impossible. They're making another Rush Hour just because Trump wants it.
I did see that one meme where it was like Smiling Friends season 1, season 2, season 3, and it's like a picture of Biden. Smiling Friends canceled, and it's just Trump doing his mad face.
Technically speaking, Smiling Friends premiered during the first Trump administration because the pilot aired before the rest of the show. Technically.
But wasn't it like pitched before that and conceived of before that?
Presumably, yeah. But the pilot of Smiling Friends aired on its own as an April Fool's Day prank in 2020, and then the main show started in Biden's term.
Was it under the label of Smiling Friends, or was it like...
Yeah, it was called Smiling Friends, but it was just like a special, basically.
True, okay.
Because Adult Swim always does that. They always kind of, as proof of concept, on April Fool's Day, do stuff that they don't announce.
Yeah, I mean, but sometimes they fuck up. Like, if you ever actually get to watch it Moral Oral, they put the finale of the show before the first episode, and the creator was like, I'm actually so pissed because everyone's gonna be so confused now. Like,
yeah, that happens. Even with I'm watching 90s X-Men right now, and yeah, I've got 2 episodes left because I'm trying to catch up before the second season of the revival. But
nice.
That show, starting in like season 3, the network started fucking with the airing the episodes in like the completely wrong order. So Disney Plus has them in the correct order, But what that means is that, like, if I go on Serialized and log that I watched that episode, sometimes I have to go looking for that episode because it's not in the position it's supposed to be in because they list it by air date. I have seen 80s X-Men, and I got many memes out of it.
So many memes.
Yeah, they only did the one episode, and I got like 30 fucking memes from that 22-minute episode. But yeah, they kind of aired. They did it with Batman as well. They aired it in like a really fucked up, weird order. So like, if you were a kid watching it at the time, Jean Grey died and then just came back in the next episode with no explanation because the episode explaining her revival didn't air till like a season later.
Yeah, bro. She's a Dark Phoenix. I don't know.
Yeah, no, it was fucking insane.
That's trippy.
Anyway, we'll be back on Tuesday. See you next Tuesday, you cunts. Because I had to do it. I'm going to go refill my water and watch The Pit. And then after watching The Pit and not before, I'm smoking this masterpiece of a joint. Because if I do it before The Pit, I will die of a panic attack.
I'm going to go fade into a dark pit of despair.
That's sad, but fucking, I don't
And
know.
write a book. All right,
okay,
folks.
good.
Have a
All
good
right. We will see you next time. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.